This week on We Hate Movies, it's got more plot lines than Melrose Place during sweeps. It's Love Actually. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Actually.
Fuck this movie.
And we hate movies. Welcome to We Hate Movies. Thank you for tuning in. As always, that's right. Our mission to get in the Christmas spirit has never been more threatened to get derailed than today. We're talking about Richard Curtis's Love Actually from 2003.
Oh, my God, this guy. This Richard Curtis fella. You saw he also wrote Yesterday.
Oh, yes, he did.
He's a screenwriter first and foremost.
You never saw Yesterday? We did an episode on Yesterday. I think.
Yesterday. Oh, God. Okay. No, I always get that confused with the other movie that he did with
About Time.
About Time.
Yes.
That movie
not about
gutted me. That movie absolutely gutted me.
He's actually directed 3 movies, and I like his other 2. The Boat That Rocked, I like. About Time, I like.
AKA Pirate Radio.
Which I did not like.
I like that, and I
thought it was
like
okay.
About Time. I enjoy those movies.
Okay, all
Son of a
right.
bitch wrote Yesterday. Four Weddings is fine.
He wrote all them Bridget Jones motion pictures.
Notting
I'm
Hill.
sure.
Yeah.
And he co-created Mr. Bean, which
Yes.
I think is.
Oh, well, that
no.
alone deserves the death penalty.
No. That's the
Get out of your house.
That is what saves him from the block for
Yes.
me. I was a Mr. Bean super fan of the
And
90s.
honestly, I am delighted with Rowan Atkinson's scene in this movie. I think it's very good.
It's a moment
Which one? The one where he's just working at the store, or the other one where it's a deleted idea that he's a Christmas angel? Because both are fucking left in.
The one you watched.
First one, the first one, the funny one with the business.
But can we, guys, we have to say real quick, it's okay to like a movie. This movie has quite a cult to Christopher. But
I mean, they always say, like, I guess this movie must have made a lot in 2004, like, as a holdover movie.
Video?
And because like everybody talks about this hugest hit, it made less movie than the Halle Berry vehicle Gothica.
It made less movie?
Money. Yes. It also made less movie. Let me be clear.
No.
It made more movie. It made 10 movies.
Thank you. It made more movie. The runtime of this is ungodly, unruly.
Do you remember the Mr. Show sketch where they're making Coupon the movie?
Yes.
This is like a Coupon the movie in the sense of buy a ticket for one movie, see 8 half-baked movies at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, like as Curtis said, it's kind of like his Pulp Fiction, don't you know?
Oh,
no.
Really?
Did he say that?
Oh, yeah.
Stupid.
Oh, God.
Stupid.
and
Not
also,
great.
Pulp Fiction only has 4 or 5 plot lines.
Yeah.
8 to 10, depending on how you're scoring this on your scorecard, is way too much.
It's stupid. You're just doing a TV show. So where do we even start?
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes.
Well, Eric,
Christmas is
Oh, here you
all
go.
around me.
go for it. That it?
No,
That's
I
it.
don't
That's all
remember
you
the rest
got.
of it.
You just had the third one.
Wait. No, I lost it.
If
Oh, that's
you
okay.
really love Christmas, come on and let it snow.
Oh,
Right.
there it is.
Come
There
on
it
and
is.
suck my toes.
So, I mean, I guess the way to kind of do it, we can try to do it this way, is break down the 8 movies one at a time.
Yes.
Much like we go through a Melrose Place
Fuck.
episode, honestly,
Yes.
because like this is this genius thing, this genius Pulp Fiction-esque thing
Right.
where it's all these seemingly, not connected storylines, and then sometimes like they sort of cross paths.
Oh,
but most of the
somebody
time they don't.
knows somebody.
Exactly. They don't connect it any meaningful. If what do you call it there? If Hugh Grant solves Colin Firth's problem or
Sure.
something like that,
Sure.
that's kind of something. I mean, I guess the big thing is the Christmas Angel. That's the biggest connection that actually affects the movie. It's like, oh, the guy Rowan Atkinson from Alan Rickman's storyline is saving the day and allowing Liam Neeson's little kid to run through the airport or whatever.
But that's just two.
That is no, it is. I know.
He's not helping Colin Firth out. He's not helping the useless porno set story out.
Did I miss something? I had a lot of stuff going on in my house. Well, like I had electricians going through my house while I was doing this, and they were watching me watch this and take like notes.
Yeah,
I must have looked
it's a
like
great
a
way to work.
You were
I
sweating.
look like a fucking psycho. Wait. So Rowan Atkinson, they underline he's an angel
No,
in
they
this.
do not. It's the whole thing
It was
is
the
at
idea.
one point it was supposed to be more nail on the head.
Yes.
He's like a magical dude who's like in all these stories helping them appearing.
Help you cheat on your wife. Help your kid run through security after 9/11.
That's a place to start. Okay, because before the storylines start,
Yes.
you have this garbage Hugh Grant narration where he's talking about
Oh,
love
fuck this.
and all these people at the airport, and you're seeing footage of real people that Richard Curtis and the DP of this movie were secretly filming and then getting permission to use in the movie after the fact.
Sure.
And Hugh Grant has this line where he's like, when the planes hit the Twin Towers,
Everyone
of-
was happy about
all of
it.
those calls and texts were about love and not hate. I paused it. Well, I didn't pause it. This movie's too long to be pausing. I put the status bar up. Less than 2 minutes into the movie, we're bringing up 9/11.
Yeah.
For
It's
what?
insane. And of course, you're going to call your loved ones and say love messages in that scenario. Not like, I think I'm wrapped up in some political intrigue. I don't know exactly who to hate, but I'm going to hate them.
Yeah, or
What are you even saying?
I
with
mean,
this?
I kind of think it's like quietly like it's. I mean, we're in an airport, and they were at Heathrow for a week getting these dozen hugs
yes
that we got here.
You can get that in a day. I'm
What
sorry.
are you, Kubrick? Like, no, that isn't good enough.
Well,
no, I
think,
need another
don't-
hug.
I think this just proves their point. Most people at the airport's fucking miserable.
Yes.
It fucking sucks shit, especially right after 9/11. They were practically going up your asshole with their hands.
That's the thing, is I think they're like, come on back to the airport, everybody.
Yes,
it's
yes.
nice and
Oh,
fine.
the airport's open again.
There's love at the airport.
this movie was put out by Big Airport, you're saying?
Yes,
I'm
100%.
I absolutely was put out by Big Airport.
I think though, here's the thing: you're getting folks at the arrival, like greeting people. So that's at least one, you're relieved you're off the plane.
Sure.
Or two, you're relieved like the travel's behind you and here's your ride. So it's not like we're filming people before they walk through security. It's
right.
like,
It's baggage claim.
yeah, people meeting each other. Oh, I haven't seen you in so long. You're home
Yeah.
for Christmas, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. And then Hugh Grant's just jawing about 9/11.
I just don't look. Yes, it's like, oh yes, all those calls. Oh, you mean those horrifying calls? Like, to think about the
Fire's
chilling,
all around me. I can feel it in my bones.
the
Richard?
chilling last moments of someone's life, which is not adorable.
No.
Fuckface.
No.
it's not, and it's none of your business.
They act like it's cute and
Yes.
like, look at this little love letter. And it's like he was incinerated.
Yeah.
Seconds later.
Richard, can I push back on this idea to actually play some of the phone calls in this
Yeah.
opening? I think that's a bad idea.
No, it's so cute. He's like, oh, my love to the kids.
All right. Bill Nighy, the pop star. Let's try this thread.
And he starts the movie, which is
He certainly
accurate.
does. In the recording studio, he's recording what we were trying to do there, a Christmas cover of a song that he in this movie has made famous.
And it's a thing in England, which is a real thing, which is having a Christmas #1, having the #1 charted song
Uh-huh.
on Christmas Day in England is like a huge media boost. It's a huge like career boost kind of a thing.
Right.
It's a
We should
record.
try to crack that now.
You listen to the Queen's speech, now the King's speech, and then
Oh,
you,
right.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
listen to whatever the king. You steam some sort of a cake or something, and then you eat it or
Do they
whatever.
really?
People are
They,
doing.
they give a speech on Christmas?
The Queen gives a speech, I believe.
I mean,
yes.
the
And-
king now,
yes,
right?
yes,
Like, forget
yes.
about the Queen. You'll never see
You-
one of
and
those
it's just
again.
Oh,
like,
that would be a
oh.
ventriloquist act. If that was that.
Hello, all of my subjects. I hope you enjoy your abject poverty as I sit on a golden toilet. I'm Zombie Queen. Oh, and then I know you prefer me to this piece of shit, my son.
And like this is one of the threads that if you made it into a movie, I'd watch it. Washed up pop star guy, hates his fucking life, has
Sure.
nobody at Christmas.
But he's the one character that really doesn't have anything to do with anything else.
Yeah, his video plays in different
Right. They
scenes
watch
or-
him on the telly.
Yes, they
He's
do-
really the angel. If there's
I
an
was gonna
angel
say,
here,
He's
Oh.
more of like the through line thread than Mr. Bean is. That's for
Every
sure.
time my song plays, an angel gets her wings.
What does he say though in this movie? I mean, I know this is like 2003 and the dude's like still around. Love him. God bless him. But like, he says that he's like 50 on the dot in
Yeah.
this movie or like mid 50s. I was
Sure.
like, yikes.
It's a
Yeah.
hard one,
good
dude.
for you.
Because it's him. He's in a recording studio, he's playing this song, and his who plays the partner there or
It's
the
a dude
manager.
who I
Mike
was.
Addy.
I thought I thought it was Mark Addy. And I'm looking through like the cast list on
Yeah.
IMDb and I'm like, where the fuck is Mark Addy? Why is he not listed? And only like 40 minutes into the movie does Bill Nighy like say this guy's name because the whole time he's like, what do you think about the song Fat Stuff? Oh, Jelly Roll, what do you think about it?
Oh, too much crispy pies this morning.
This movie's got some axe to grind, right?
with the
like
fatties,
even
yeah.
Natalie, who's not heavy,
That
really.
is nuts.
That part is crazy.
It's just like, oh, piggy. Oh, look at pig. Oh, pigsters come to work.
Her father refers to her as Plumpy at the end.
Oh my
it's
lord.
cool. That's like mid aughts. Like that was
yeah.
anorexia chic was very big
Yes.
for gals around 2003. If you looked at the CW lineup,
I mean, if you look at fellow co-star Keira Knightley.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly, 96 pounds soaking wet.
We can't forget, just to go along with that thread, the Portuguese father that calls his own daughter Miss Dunkin' Donuts 2003.
Wow.
The fat stuff is nuts. Yeah, so he's like, and that's the weird part is because that's like their only conflict is he just keeps berating this dude about his weight.
Gregor Fisher is this dude playing
Gregor
Joe.
Fisher.
I need to put a point on it. Mark Addy is a much handsomer man than this man
Yeah.
by quite some measure. I don't want to pile on the man.
I mean,
it
this
was in
guy's-
Love
this-
Actually, but
I mean, this guy's this manager guy. I think he's more handsome than Colin, who goes to the United States and gets babes.
Oh,
That
really?
Guy, my
Well, oh,
God.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, that
that's-
guy looks like
My
fucking
Lord.
Rickety Cricket, that
it
dude.
looks
Yeah.
like Roger Rabbit.
He get bit by a dog as a kid. What's going on there?
But yeah, so the thing
dog
is,
disease.
they are kind of going back and forth, and the joke every time is like, Bill Nighy's going to be a little saucy on the press, and this guy's like, don't be saucy.
But they never like have it out about
No.
being saucy. Like,
No.
where's that scene where like, listen, man, I'm trying to make money off this Christmas record. You gotta stop being saucy on television.
Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal, I left your child somewhere. I don't know.
in the mall.
I don't know. I was having a pint, and
Yeah,
he just
yes.
he scampered away.
Now, Crazy Heart, that's an American Christmas.
Sure, that's the real stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, then he goes on the radio, and like the joke is like they're sitting in the waiting room, and the guy before was like, man, Billy's new song sucks dick.
Yeah, this is kind of funny though. It's like they're playing it, and he's like, I don't think I'm going to play a worse fucking song this holiday season. It makes me want to shit my own mouth. And like the dude in the next radio booth over is like, hey man, he's my guest in the next hour. Oh, it's fucking great. But the thing is, like, he's not insulted because he knows it's garbage. And when
Yes.
they're in the recording studio in that first scene, he's like, well, this is fucking shit, isn't it? And everyone's like, it's golden
Right.
shit, Billy boy.
And I guess that build, like him shitting on it, him being saucy, him being a little cheeky on they call it radio over there.
I think they call it radio.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
On the
Okay.
broadcast, maybe.
On the broadcast, being a little cheeky on the broadcast is what I guess eventually sends this song over the top. He starts saying
yes.
he will perform nude on New Year's.
It's
or
the
something.
shock jock mentality, dude.
Right,
That's how he's
yeah.
getting him in.
Well, because even on this radio thing, like, oh, who is he's like, I'll be incredibly honest no matter what. Who's your favorite shag? Britney Spears. Is it 2003 or is it not?
Oh, just kidding. She was rubbish. oh,
Terrible.
I had it and it was terrible.
Dude, it's awful because I'm doing
I'm
the
going to
math.
talk about a 19-year-old girl I don't know.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, so Richard Curtis, you're writing this, I mean, no sooner than like 2001,
Yeah.
2002, maybe.
Somewhere,
Like,
yeah.
she's I mean, like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get that's the joke.
Sure.
But also, like, watching
Uh-huh.
it 20 years after it came out, boy, does like there's so many things like that that just encase this movie in
Yes,
amber.
this movie has an axe to grind with American women.
Oh yes.
They're all easy shags.
They're
Yes.
just stupid, horny bimbos that
Yeah.
will fuck the ugliest British man in history.
If they have an
course.
accent, they'll go for it.
Crazy thing right here is like around the radio station appearance, maybe they show like most of this takes place in London, and it's like, oh, you know, here's some Londoners out and about getting ready for the holidays or whatever. There is a dude carrying a live, freshly cut Christmas tree over his shoulder, and the text comes up and it just says 5 weeks till Christmas. And I was like, good luck not having a Christmas tree by the time Christmas rolls around.
That and also 5 weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
yes.
It's got to be. Let's go back to Die Hard. It's Christmas week over here. Like let's condense these storylines because we see this guy's whole press tour. The next, I guess, is the TV appearance with these like two dudes and like
this is like British TRL.
Yes. And he ends up because there's a poster for Blue, who's like a male pop group who's competing with the best Christmas song you ever did here. And he writes, we have little pricks as a thought bubble or as a dialogue bubble over these.
I feel like
Richard.
do you want me to do the little pricks one or do you want to do the gay joke? Which one you want? We'll do the little pricks. We'll film them both. You tell me which one.
Oh my God.
I can't. I'm shocked. It's like every time I see this movie, I'm like, it's got to be a gay joke, right? It's got to be the gay joke about the boy band. No, it's not. Okay,
Dude,
wow.
I was watching it on Netflix and he writes it out and he's like, because they're like, oh, what is the prize you have for the audience member or whatever? He's like, oh, it's a felt tip pen. You could even write on glass with it. Watch this. And he starts vandalizing the monitor. And I'm like, all right, here comes some like dick suck joke or whatever. And then it's just like, we've got small little tallywhackers. And I was like, am I watching like the television broadcast? Like, remember when they changed that sign in Die Hard 3?
for
TV?
Right. I hate everybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought it was a similar, like we digitally or did another take and it's a different thing. And I was like, no, I'm watching Netflix. That's the actual joke. Stunning.
You expect it to go the other way.
You do.
I do like him saying, I don't know if this is on the TV or on the radio. He goes, buy my festering turd of an album.
Yeah.
By the way, so it's an album.
Great. Yeah, I'll do that.
I guess
Cool.
People did.
Yeah.
People did
I
because
guess
it's Christmas.
It's a single that he's. I would love to know what the B-side is.
Yeah.
Oh, something as equally terrible. Probably.
It's me wiping me bum for an hour.
Another like love song with Christmas Me Do.
Yes.
Oh, Christmas me do.
Oh, classic.
Christmas me do.
You know, I slay you.
There you go.
Oh.
We could have it. Oh, dude, it's probably a little late because do you think we could have an English #1? Could we have a Christmas #1?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think, let's circle back around to this.
Okay.
Vision boarded for 2024.
All right.
Okay.
I got a feeling we only got like a week till
'Cause
Christmas.
our-
we can't get a song on the air.
We can put British accents on like nobody else.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Absolutely. We got the best in the business.
We do.
Yeah,
Sounds
our
just like
British
him.
accents are just as good as Andrew Lincoln's American accent.
Okay. Well,
on Walking Dead. How about
Oh
that?
my God, that fella.
Coral.
Wow. You think with a name like Lincoln, he'd be American, right?
no.
That's
I
like
do
me going by Eric Churchill.
Mhm. Didn't you go by that for a little bit in college?
Oh, a little bit during my heavier set times.
It's fine though. I thought it was charming.
He it's like the sign off on the TV is like, what all right, Billy, send off message for the youth of America. And he's like, don't buy drugs. Become a pop star and we'll give it to you for free. Oh,
Cheeky on telly.
and then
Oh,
you
that's
see
so
not
good.
Mark Addy like freaking out. And I'm like, this is where he has to get like a call from the
Yes.
label.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. Like the pressure's coming down. Rein your boy in.
Also, this is the time in England where Skins is on the air.
Yeah.
That's
Whatever
true,
he
that's
does,
true.
it's fine.
It
It's
is.
absolutely fine.
It is totally fine.
But you're right, Andrew.
Absolutely.
Like or you even have that thing where like, he calls the label like, no, they love it, and he's like,
Guys.
oh, I guess lean into. But that would make
Yes.
this a plot
that
line.
would add conflict. There's
Yes.
no conflict in this movie.
But Steve, you're right. If this was the Bill Nighy only movie,
Yes.
that's the thing. Like, all my cheeky behavior's actually working in my advantage.
Yes.
And then he just The movie's called Cheeking Out, first of all.
Okay, yeah.
And he just goes cheeky to the max.
Yeah, but here, this is just a little spice to lighten up the mood after Laura Linney gets slapped in the face by her brother. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
right.
Gotta shift the mood a little
Yes,
bit.
yeah.
Sure.
So then it goes from television interview to television special, or and maybe not special. They're like airing the video because
Yes.
it's like he's playing the guitar and singing this terrible song, and like all these babes dressed in sexy Santa outfits are like licking their lips and playing instruments.
It's like a night show. It's like a David Letterman type interview show, right?
Yes.
And he's like, so can you set up the script for us? Okay, what is this? Oh, you're dancing like Robert Palmer.
Exactly.
Okay.
I was about to say, thank you, Chris. It is like they're doing a parody of Robert Palmer.
Yeah, she went, oh, sneaking Sally through the alley tonight, my friends.
And then this is like, his big thing on that chat show is like, oh yeah, like if I win the Christmas contest or I'll get the #1 Christmas jingle, I will perform the tune naked on television. And then this like randy old TV presenter is like, are you being cheeky? And he's like, what do you think? And then like he pretends to wave his dick in his face.
Yeah, he's gonna get a blowjob from this guy on television.
Right on the telly, dude. And then
I'm up against Blue, the Pint Boys, Mr. Cheeky,
and the Spice Girls.
Crisps with an exclamation point.
Oh, they're very good. I love them for walking around.
They all have songs about sausage rolls, and I was like, I'm so sick of sausage roll songs. I want a song about Christmas and love.
After Elton John made his all sausage roll album, what's the point? After Links, what's the point of doing any kind of song about the sausage roll?
Quintessential album. Yeah, Links.
Eating sausage, eating it good, eating sausage like you know I should.
Wait, no, I think that's a Freddie Got Fingered song, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Better
sausage?
song than this one.
Or Daddy, would you like some sausage on Christmas? Now you got a Christmas #1.
You do.
You've just done it.
Daddy, would you like some eggnog? Eggnog. Daddy, would you like some eggnog? Eggnog. See, it's easy.
Because Christmas night is a rifle sausage.
Christmas night, Christmas night, Christmas night, Christmas night, sausage night, Christmas night.
Hold me closer, tiny sausage.
This could be also a hit in Chicago for the next day when
Exactly.
Sausage Claus is coming down your chimney, you know?
Sausage and the Links.
Excellent. And then like kind of there's some suspense. You see him. Is the next scene just basically him? It's him at the party, right?
It's the party where it's like it's revealed like instantly that he won the thing.
Yes.
Because again, like this is not no storyline matters more than another in this movie.
No.
So like we're just missing shit left and right that would make you care about this, including like any tension at all with Blue or the Sausage Boys or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And he just wins the thing, and he's like not even really that thrilled.
And the lamest thing for a movie, I think, the lamest thing for a movie, to do a thing where it's like, oh, hello, Elton John, why, hello, and like you as an audience member, you're like, oh, they're setting me up. Elton John will be in the movie later.
No,
because you would think it's a huge movie. Like, it's so lame to not do that.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Richard Curtis had made the two most successful movies in Britain of the 90s.
Yeah.
Notting Hill and Four Weddings and a Funeral made so insane money in Britain.
And this is a huge movie. You're like, Elton John's on this. Can't wait to see Elton John.
Thank God. Good for Elton for saying no if he was asked, but maybe not. The whole thing of like, I came back to see you, my fat producer, because I love you.
Because he gets invited to an Elton John party, which is now it would be a status symbol, but again, like if you're making this movie, he needs to be like, well, I hope one day I could go to the Elton John party. Then I would make it. You know what I mean?
But like the character doesn't care about anything, and like if that was the case,
yes,
then he would have to care about something.
Like, oh my God, it's Elton John party. He's just like, hello, Elton. It's one of the hilarious one-sided phone calls. Like, hello, Elton John. How are you?
Now, all right, they're both terrible, but which is worse? If they did that, or and you know this movie ain't above it.
Sure.
Or
I think I know.
they do it's Elton John, and we're doing the Mr. Steinbrenner from Seinfeld kind of thing. And it's just the camera behind some dude with like red hair and a huge jacket.
what?
I have more respect for that. I have way more respect for that. Oh yeah, Elton. Yeah, we did Comic Relief 27 together.
Because
it was a splash, man.
You would see this party, you wouldn't have to hear about it. You know,
Yeah, that's
It would
true,
be something because he's like, oh well, I guess Oh yeah, he's like, oh Elton, yeah, I'll be your party. If not, I'd just be hanging out with me fat producer. And this guy's just got to be like, God damn it.
That's the point. Like he gets into Charlie Brown mode right there, and like he puts his eyes to his shoes and walks out of whatever celebration this
poor
is.
guy, dude.
And meanwhile, in the background, you just hear, "Goodbye, Sausage Link Road."
Oh, Elton's we're gonna just be at Elton singing about sausages till 4 a.m.
You know, that song's a banger, dude.
Oh yes.
He's a master. Don't you understand? Nobody can write sausage songs like that, man.
Odd detail here. So he goes into fake Mark Addy's apartment, and he's like, "Oh, no gay stuff or nothing, but I love you."
It turns out the love of my life is this hog beast in front of me.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah, he's
this
like this
is-
fat piece of shit. I love him so much.
Steve, we do get the gay joke you were waiting for.
Yes,
because
finally.
He's just like, oh, you go to Elton's party and you're gayer than a penguin or whatever. I forget what it is.
Maybe it's a picnic basket or something like that.
Insane.
Yeah,
Something
you spend 5 minutes at Elton John's house, you come back gayer than a picnic basket. It's like, all right.
Well, they have to counteract that. I mean, that joke's like, whatever. There's worse jokes you could make in that moment, as far as I'm concerned.
Sure, yes, of course.
But then
Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay in that situation,
Well,
maybe.
hickory dickory cock, dude. Don't worry about it. No, but then he's just like, oh, don't worry about it, you fat fuck. I turned down all sorts of wild pussy that was just out at that party. That's like, what?
Yeah, 60-year-old Elton John's Christmas party is a wild bacchanalia of fucking everyone getting their dick sucked.
Yes.
Bernie, you're coming to the Christmas party this year, right? Yeah? Yeah, I shelled out for the dildo show again.
Christina Aguilera, Kylie Minogue,
Jeffrey Epstein. Everyone was
Angela Lansbury.
Oh, shit.
I fucked them all,
But yeah,
including Jeff.
turns out the love of my life is you, fatso. And it's like, all right, you know. And
I mean, it's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be what they're trying for here is like friendship is also okay, everyone.
yes.
There is something nice to be had there in this, like, it's these two dudes, like career guys, no families, alone on Christmas. And again, like, if you had more of a movie here for this one storyline, this is where, like, at the hole where he's standing on the piano or whatever it is, and he's like, oh, thank God I'm going to Elton's party, or I'd have to hang out with this fucking tub of lard all night on Christmas Eve. They would have like a blowout right here. It'd be like the end of the second act, like, fuck you, I quit, I'm tired of this shit. You know what I mean? Because then
the song was my idea and you're blah, blah, blah.
right,
You know?
because then you have what we see is like the coming back together scene, like
emotional
apology.
resolution of some kind.
Right, but there's been no fallout.
Yes, and this entire movie is just vignettes of these people, and they act like, oh, you know, we can just show half of that story and everyone will clap at the end.
Yeah.
You don't pay off any of these stories. Any of them.
No. It's all about rewarding your human beings' worst possible instincts as romancers, as relationship havers. Like, it's literally the worst decisions you could possibly make in those situations. Saying, yes, do that. Go for it, baby.
And this happens often on Wikipedia, because every time, little inside baseball, I will read the entire Wikipedia.
Oh wow! Don't give away all the secrets.
I know,
dude.
but I'll read it on my way just to be like, let me just read the plot summary. It'll help me remember what's going on.
Yeah.
And there's always little details that the Wikipedia writer will either get wrong or insert for weird reasons.
Ooh, what do we got here? It says Bill Nighy's a robot.
Billy foregoes a victory party hosted by Elton John to celebrate Christmas with Joe.
True.
Getting drunk and watching porn. Where did that come from?
That's the last line Bill Nighy has in the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I'm sorry, you fat fuck. Yeah, oh, let's have Christmas together. And he's like, okay, cool. And then he's like, he's got a bottle of booze, and he's like, and we could get drunk and watch porno.
Which is
I have here Busty Housewife 6, Escape from Tit Mountain.
I thought we could goon together all evening. Like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this with your friend?
Merry Goon Miss Fatso. I don't understand
You
it.
better not come until the morning, the wee hours.
Me first, then you.
At 4 a.m., we're going to shoot our loads.
You know me, right? Just innocent old country mouse.
Sure.
What is gooning?
It's apparently something that is originated. I don't remember where on the internet,
It's like
but
extra edging. Essentially.
it's like jerking off for like 8 hours or something.
Forever.
with the intention of not coming,
Yeah.
like getting yourself into a frenzy
For 8 hours?
Yeah.
or so.
Or whatever,
Yeah,
maybe
whatever.
4, whatever.
That
And
is
like-
a fast ticket to
And
prostate
often,
cancer
I
right
believe,
there.
often it is with a friend too.
Oh, really?
Where
Yeah.
you sit down together and you play with, not with each other's, but you're just next to each
You're
other.
just gooning together. Come
Yeah,
on, goon
yeah.
Well,
buddy.
because I know what like a goon is in hockey, and I was really fucking confused.
Right. Well, I think those guys did it too, but I don't know where I picked this up, but I'm running
Yeah,
with
you
it.
know. You fucking
No,
know
I don't.
exactly.
No, no,
what
no,
you're
no,
It's
no,
a
no, no, no.
website owned by Elon Musk.
No. There's so much perverse things that come across my screen all day. I don't know where I'm picking shit up.
Sure.
So that's pretty much the
Okay,
the
Fatso,
Naihi story.
let's try not to come in 90 seconds. Let's play this game and see if we can make it the 90 seconds.
Oh, Fatso, you won't last 90 seconds.
Oh, God, I love her. Jenna Jameson. You know she's racist. I've never been so hard in my
Is
life.
that right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
know
really?
she was
Yeah,
racist.
she's fucking weirdo. Like, real fucking weirdo.
Isn't there, but like, I mean, like, I know the joke is like, we're guys, so guys like, I don't know, dude, like, if I was like, oh, hey, Andrew, but you're home alone for Christmas, so am I. Let's put on a regular movie. You want to put in some, drink some beer, watch The Thing.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're like, so the other side of that,
Yeah.
Steve, if you're like, hey, Andrew, we're both alone for Christmas. Why don't I come over? We'll get wasted and watch porno. I'd be like, is Steve finally going to make a move?
Exactly. Like,
Exactly.
what
Yes.
the fuck invitation is that?
is that this doing anything for you, fat stuff?
You don't have to sit on that couch. You can sit over here with me.
And perhaps they were going to turn on this Martin Freeman porno that we see being made.
why don't we
throughout
just do
this.
that one next, by
It's
the
a
way? 'Cause it's
non-story.
useless. It's
Yeah.
so useless.
It has zero business being here. In a way, I appreciate the cussing and the nudity that this
Sure.
film has.
Yes.
But you got to give me a reason for seeing any of this.
I mean, this is ridiculous. We're introduced to Martin Freeman here. Him and this woman, the character's name is Judy, just Judy.
Mm.
And they are blocking a scene where he is fucking her from behind. So they are stand-ins
Yes.
for what we are to believe is a porno film. And let me tell you something. The most fantastical part about this movie, no porno movie in the history of the universe has had this much blocking, light level checking.
Exactly.
May I say, there's no fucking way it's a porno movie. There's like just no way.
No,
this is a
because
porno
they talk about being stand-ins for Brad Pitt. I think it's supposed to be like a prestige movie that has a raunchy
Yes.
sex scene.
Is
in
that
it.
what's going
Yes.
on?
That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
that's my understanding.
movie.
Wow.
There's no way this is a porno movie. I would
I had
would
no
stake my
idea.
life on this.
Yeah.
So
Well, then
Brett-
this
yeah.
then this is why this is really dumb then, because if it's not a porno, you need to have at least one of these sequences where they're not blocking a fuck scene.
Exactly. That's the issue. Is essentially what they're suggesting is that this is like if you remade Dangerous Liaisons and there was a basic instinct level sex scene in the middle of it.
Sure, but
that's
like
kind of what's going on here.
prestige sex scenes usually don't include blowjobs.
They do not. Although maybe it's about the invention of the blowjob in France.
And again, it's-
I like this. Can
No,
I get
the
that
invention of the
ticket?
blowjob in caveman times. First of
Oh,
all.
that's right. Oh my God, it was rough.
You're
back
telling me
then.
one Neanderthal didn't look at other Neanderthal's dick
Look,
and go, wait a second.
excuse me. If you were a real history buff, you would know it was called a jaw job back then.
Oh, they ought to call her saber tooth.
First of all, it's a history blump, okay?
But I mean, like, but to your point, that would be if there was more than, and not that there needs to be more of it, but like again, in the stemming from the Bill Nye example, like if there's just a little more, and it's like, oh, so wait, Martin Freeman's like, so in this scene, after they have an argument about the school caring of their son, she just gives him a blowjob, and the guy's like, yeah, that's in the script, like that, something
That's gotta
like
be
that.
because the combination of there's no other scenes being blocked except explicit sex scenes, and then like the blowjob one, especially, I was just like, either you're remaking a Michael Douglas movie from the 90s, or this is a porno. It's one or the other.
It'd be great if they're like, oh yeah, we were trying to test the boom. Martin, could you want to get fucked? I'll tell you want to get fucked.
The thing with him saying like, oh, I once like doubled for Brad Pitt. I thought that was him just joking because one is Brad Pitt and one is Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and we see his ass, by the way, and I just, come on. Don't be playing these
There's
games.
a double for Sean Astin, maybe.
Man,
I was the stand-in on Rudy.
Right, yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring.
good.
I've been working with Sean Astin for years.
Right. This guy's
That's a
kind of
good one.
Hobbit-esque. He was never in one of those?
No, he was the Hobbit.
He's
the titular
literally
Hobbit.
he's literally
okay.
young Bilbo Baggins.
In
that Hobbit trilogy.
The Hobbit. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see this.
Hobbit, Smaug, and Five Armies. I
That's
think
it.
of those
Oh, well,
movies.
I think I saw the first one and I was like, I do not need to continue.
Yep. You're fine. I saw the first two and then skipped the third.
I
I
took-
saw all of them.
I took a wicked nap through a lot of that third one. I think Smaug is kind of cool, mainly because of the titular Smaug voiced by
Sure.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, I think
anyway,
that's good looking.
But and look, the joke here is they're getting naked and doing randy stuff, but they're kind of awkwardly meeting each other and like.
Right.
We also, and the weird part too, like most of this movie is pretty chronological. Like we say, 5 weeks to Christmas,
right.
but they fuck up here because they have scenes back to back. Colin, who goes off to fuck all the American ladies,
Yes.
his friend is the connection. He's like the producer. He's like, could you touch her breasts a little bit and do this?
A massage?
yes.
then?
Oh,
And
It's
it's-
also
it's-
like
it's
if you're
weird, like-
blocking out a scene, you don't need to fondle her breasts.
No.
Yes, you don't.
another reason why I was like, is this a sleazy pornos?
But this dude is in the wedding scene, which is like the scene right before this, and then the next scene, and we kind of cut back and forth.
Oh, the
between-
next scene he's at the shoot.
Yes, and
and
it's
he's
just-
been at
yeah.
the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I
It,
see.
it, it
Alright.
bugged me this time around. Just an FYI. But like,
a lot bugged me.
but yeah. So, but that's the thing. There's nothing here. They're just sort of like, again, no conflict, no like. It'd be funny if
nothing.
the move would be then they have sex, right? And it's awkward, or it's amazing, or
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Like,
that.
oh no, we can't fuck unless 20 people are standing around us with hot lights on.
It's
Hell
like a
yeah.
side plot in like extras or episode, like
Yes,
some
yeah.
show about movie
you
making.
could
or
remove
film.
it entirely. It wouldn't matter.
Well,
at all.
oh no, it would not at all. It would shave. It would get this movie to 2 hours flat, maybe 2:05.
Yeah, it would be a better movie for it.
I mean, but what, as I think Steve pointed out at the beginning, like this is Scrapple. Like they took all the scraps of a
Okay,
bunch of bad fucking scripts and they just chopped it up and pushed it together. And what clearly was missing from all of them was the good stuff.
Yes.
This is just like the worst possible setup and execution shit of all of it.
You do
So
have
more
to,
like crapple, you're saying.
yes,
Yes, there
and
we
you
go.
do have to explain Scrapple for the Brits listening. You did a good job summarizing it. If it's like just the garbage,
Yes.
chopped up and then fried on like a griddle.
Have
Yes.
you ever
This
had,
is a specialty in
Spam like.
Pennsylvania.
yeah, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Delco County kind of. I've tried it once. A friend of mine was from Delaware.
Yeah, it's garbage.
We were driving through, and he's like, "Dude, you got to try it, man. It's gonna be
It's
amazing." And I'm like,
garbage. Yeah,
it's absolute trash.
it's
really
the
bad.
worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yep. No, just I was
awful.
thinking about the one time I had it. It was awful.
It's
it
like
was,
assholes
listen.
fried with beans, and,
Okay.
or with onions. Assholes and onions.
For our
is Scrapple.
dashing Brits, when you come here to fuck our women,
Sure.
skip the Scrapple. Pro
Okay.
tip.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it just kind of progresses in funnier sexual situations.
okay, wait a second, because I just found another one. All right, I'm sorry. How is this not a fucking porno? Okay, the blowjob thing. One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just found another one. They cut back to Martin Freeman. She has her pants off, riding his fucking face.
Yeah.
What Universal Pictures movie is this?
Well, yeah.
This is a porno film.
Maybe it's an HBO show we're doing. Okay,
Dude,
maybe there's
yeah.
a dragon in the background.
Jack
and-
Paramount don't like fucking muff diving in his movies, man. And this movie's got it. Whatever movie they're making here.
Well, I mean, you can't, like, it's all to serve the hook of it. It's like, it doesn't have to they just want this scene to keep going. So it's
right.
like, what would they do? Ride his face?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's funny. It's cheeky.
Yes.
It lets you know what sex is. I guess.
Howard's knob end.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
like
we're
that.
doing it.
Listen, there's a lot of kids that watch this too. You got to teach them for the future, I guess. That's
Exactly.
what this is all about.
And I mean, that's kind of it. And then he finally works up the courage to ask her out on a date.
Which you don't see.
Would you again?
And then they get married. They get engaged off screen, which you don't see.
Yeah, basically, like he We just see him walk her to her door, and like I guess that's the joke is he doesn't go in to have sex, even though they've seen each other and like wrote each other's faces.
She lives with her parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is a thing that she does mention.
Do
though,
they get engaged, or am I just?
No, they do.
No.
They do get engaged.
They do.
He shows the ring.
You said
At the
thank
end.
you, because I can't fucking remember, because I have to keep track of 19 fucking people.
Where's
at
the
the
ring?
at the epilogue, when it's a month later,
Uh-huh.
She shows her
they run
hands.
into Colin's friend Tony, and they're like, Tony, look, hey, look, here's our engagement
Is
ring.
this
And he's
Who
like,
could be fucking juggling all these balls?
This
The
is
rent went up on my flat, so we're getting married.
This is what, at the airport.
yes. at
And
the
that's
end.
they try to bring everything together at the airport. It does not work.
No, it does not work.
Everybody at the airport is one of the dumbest things in cinema.
At least Bill Nighy is at the airport briefly, so it in some way connects him to this story, but kind of not.
See, folks, it's never been safer to go to the airport and go on a
You're
plane.
right. We're talking about Heathrow Airport. We're talking about Gatwick Airport.
Gatwick.
We're talking about flying to Milwaukee, folks.
I do think it's funny.
Fly again, everyone.
We should say the epilogue with Bill Nighy's thing is like Joe meets Billy at the airport, and he's got a sexy babe, and it's like, oh, it's like, oh, hello, Jennifer. It's like, this is Agatha or whatever.
Oh,
Like that's and
yeah.
again, it's like underlining. No, they weren't gay that night on Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
They
just-
didn't get gay on Christmas. We promise.
It's like
Okay.
Rick. It's like Rick Dalton come back from Italy.
yeah,
It's-
kind of. It'd be great if he had the fucking Zapata mustache too.
Ooh, yeah, that movie could use it. This movie could use a mustache or two. Yeah,
Bill and Joe, after a long road, was kind of getting to the end, and they needed a good old drunk.
Mike Addy and him at a fucking Mexican the only Mexican restaurant in London.
And they pulled up to Bangers and Mash, and they pulled up to the other Bangers and Mash. Right? That's the food over there.
Yeah,
right?
it's only that.
Yeah, and their whole thing is they go on a date, which you don't see, and he walks her to the door, and then
Yes.
it's this awkward, like, oh yeah, you were fake face fucking me this afternoon,
Yeah.
but I can't bring myself to kiss you now. And then she kind of just does, and then he's like, oh, Merry Christmas, and a good day to you, sir.
That-
and the door
Uh-huh.
closes.
Let me
He
just
does like a
quote
big
you
whoop.
Mariah Carey real quick and
Oh, that's
say
right.
that all I want for Christmas
Is you and
Aw.
he does
Aren't
like,
I the cheesiest you've ever met?
and he does like a big leap of success, and
Yes.
then that's the end of their.
Oh no, but you forgot about the great physical comedy right here, dude.
Oh, no,
he
did I?
jumps off of 2 stairs onto the sidewalk as the big yes thing. Oh, and then he's gonna hobble away.
Yeah.
He's got bad knees.
Ah, that's
Oh,
funny.
he's been
Probably
using
from all
them.
that shadow fucking
Yes.
he's been doing.
Oh, right.
Actually,
yes.
and Judy, I just have to say, the smell, beautiful, babe. Beautiful, babe.
Babe.
You know, I've been sitting at this restaurant for weeks, smelling the food. Can't wait to taste it. Can't wait to taste it. You know, I've been looking at the menu all week.
You're freaking me out. Stop looking at me. while
I'm
you're
looking
doing
at the
this.
menu all week. Can't wait to
Oh,
taste it.
He's so romantic. He took us to Indian food the other day, and he just stared at me the whole time.
Yeah, how
And
do
then-
you, how do you
and-
not just have a date scene with them?
Or
at
just
all?
again, like this is the one to remove. This is like the funny again because some of them get really serious. I guess this is they again are one of the funnier ones to sort of insert again with
Sure.
Laura Linney getting beaten by her brother. You want to
Yeah.
lighten that load a touch.
But you know,
Nothing is wrong with this.
Yes.
Really. I think that's the
it's just
like
a cute little story.
nothing
I mean,
objectable.
It's
Like,
a meet cute.
Also, I
Yeah.
want to let people know if your brother doesn't know who you are, doesn't know where he is, and he's hitting you, you don't have to visit him. Trust me.
it's
He's
fine.
not going to know. You're not going to know. It's fine.
I'm going in order of appearance
Okay.
as they start the movie.
Sure. Yeah.
So then we have Colin Firth as Jamie. This is another one where I was like, this is a story that you can blow up to 90 minutes. This is a Sony Classics. You can release this. I think this was, you're about to say it,
Yeah.
one of Curtis's
Real script,
big
that
ideas. Yes.
This and the Hugh Grant one, which you can obviously tell. If I had to ask you, like, which are the two
Right.
ones that were actual movies
Yeah.
that he condensed down to be in this movie? It's this one and,
And
the Colin
honestly,
and the Hugh Grant one.
I think the Hugh Grant one has more legs on it than this. This
Yeah, of
is
course.
kind of dull as fuck. Some British guy's writing his memoirs, or whatever this is.
He's
Is it
writing
fiction.
bad, like, airport crime
Yes.
books.
but
and
first, he's getting cucked by his brother. That's the important.
Oh,
man.
boy, I'm weeping in the trolley thinking about that.
I wanted to ask, do any of your partner's wives, do they have any connection to this movie
My
at all?
partner's wife?
Partner or
let me
wife?
think. No, she hasn't gotten one yet.
No, but no, my wife. We hate watch this movie just about yearly.
Okay.
Oh, is that right?
So I've seen this movie quite a bit.
Really?
It's this and The Family Stone, which might be
What?
worse.
Ooh, that's a stay tuned and a half.
Ooh.
I saw that in theaters. I will say, my wife does like this movie. She doesn't love this movie. She doesn't stand this movie.
Yeah.
She enjoys it and understands that it's not great.
My wife has never seen this movie, and when I said, "You want to watch it?" she said no.
She wins the
Wow,
prize.
so you've seen it. Your wife hasn't, but your electrician has seen you.
Yes.
You both watched it together.
That's right.
No,
Fascinating.
I love
did you
this
go-
movie. I just love it. I mean, wait, this is the splitter. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
love
yeah.
Hugh Grant in this.
And, I mean, maybe that was maybe I should have followed him to the airport after all this.
Yeah.
Or-
'Cause, yeah.
Because
Because
You should've looked at
the
him.
house failed this inspection from the power company. He wired something wrong. He had to come back to wire it again. Was he trying something? Was he trying to be cute?
dude. I think it was a meat cute.
Right?
You should have let him know that he was the love of your life.
I
Fat
know.
stuff.
I should have given him fake head.
that would have done it.
So,
Dude,
Chris,
get down to some
so
shadow.
So I wanted to say, because Soph had
please
when she
tell
was
your son.
young, she loved it and thought it was like the best movie ever. But watch now, she clearly hates it. But it clearly, while watching it, it triggers certain things.
Yeah.
Like in this scene, when you find out that Colin Firth's wife is sleeping with her brother, you just immediately, she saw the character on screen and she's like, "Oh, that slut." What? Okay, all right.
So listen, man. You can go off. You can have a life. You can do whatever. Some movies will never escape your DNA.
No, it's just
you
there.
can't fuck the brother, man. That's pretty fucked.
Totally.
Because like later in the movie, it comes back. He goes.
Turns out you can.
Because like basically, he's Colin Firth is actually going to Chiwetel Ejiofor's and Keira Knightley's wedding.
Correct.
And he's like, "Oh, you can't make it to the wedding, babe," kind of a thing. You're
This
too sick.
is, I mean, what a colossal piece of shit this woman is. You're skipping a friend's wedding to fuck your husband's brother. Exquisite.
Sounds good to me.
And you're acting as if, because apparently he's like, "Oh no," she's like, "You're gonna be late." Oh no, he's like, "Oh no, it's right up the road." And I'm like, okay, then you can't act like it's he's going to fucking to Germany for the night for this wedding. Like, you know what I mean?
I think it's like she made a calculated decision.
Yes.
You split up friends during a breakup a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you could keep those two weird guys that want to fuck the same woman. That's
Sure.
fine by me.
You go ahead and have a good time with that. Also, I mean, like, yeah, I would presume she's trying to get caught. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
But like, also, my God, this brother, he must be working with some serious lead down there.
Yeah.
I mean,
course.
this shit. I mean, if
This guy looks like he should be working in the coal mine.
But that's the
That's a
thing. It's
number
like-
2 pencil.
Yeah, but he's got a jackhammer down there because
Yeah,
she was ready to
absolutely.
go for this.
She says the way it blows up in their faces is like the brother's like standing there when Colin Firth walks through the door and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm getting a CD I left behind." And he's like, "Oh, the missus let you in, did she?" And you just hear her go, "Come on, get back in here. I want you twice before Jamie gets home."
Yeah,
Come on,
Yeah.
big boy.
Yeah, she
Ooh.
gives a big boy. I feel like if anyone,
Yeah.
it never happened, and thankfully never will. If anyone's called me big boy during sex, it's gone. I lost it. Oh, you know what? All right, that was it.
But what if they called you Kingpin? That's kind of a
Then
big
it's
boy.
right back.
You know, one of the mascots from Discovery Zone once called me big boy, so I'm right there now.
Oh, this-
That's back where I went.
Because like, big boy is just such an old fashioned, like, come up and see me, big boy. It's
That's
like,
what-
it's like kind of one of those things where, are you into this? Or are you making fun of me right now?
Steve,
Right.
it's
You know what I mean?
It's 20 years ago. These people were into that type of stuff. You know,
this
they
is
grew
like-
up in the great something.
No, Steve's right, because this is like when Betty Boop is about to suck you off.
Yeah.
She calls you big boy. All right.
Well, what do you think Colin Firth was watching when he was a wee lad? He's watching the Boopster, dude.
Oh, yeah. I'm a very big fan of the Order of the Boop.
Oh, big boy. I haven't heard that since I got head while listening to Minnie the Moocher.
And it is funny. It's a very sweaty line of dialogue because Colin Firth comes in. He's like, oh, I just want to check in on her really quick because I was before the reception. We should take Mom out for dinner. We've been bad sons. Is what he says.
Oh.
We should take Mom out for dinner for her birthday. We've been bad sons. So we've set up immediately that this dude is his brother.
Yes,
Sure,
yep.
yeah.
Oh, what piece of music did you want to borrow from me? New Deftones? No, I've only listened to it once. I've only listened to it once. I gotta get through it 2 more times before you get that. I love White Ponies.
I mean, yeah, not only is this dude a bad son, he's also a bad brother right here. Fucking your sister-in-law, dude. Yikes.
Not good.
This woman, I don't know if she really went on. She's in a few of those Resident Evil movies, I think, is kind of a big character.
That's kind of cool.
But this you don't even see her that second time. She yells from the other room and then never seen again, because the next thing with Colin Firth is he's opening up the country house in France is what's going on here. And again, horrendous spatial relations in the editing here. No fucking clue this is France until 2-3 minutes into the scene.
Yeah, zero idea. Yeah.
No idea. He needs a housekeeper, so he gets a Portuguese a housekeeper. Aurelia is her name, I believe.
That's right.
Did she do anything? This woman I didn't look her
Which
up.
also, like, come on, dude, pick up a fucking broom. You know,
I
can do it.
I don't
trust
know,
me.
Steve, because the story online or on the trivia is like her friend was a casting director and sent her photo to the casting director of this movie.
Okay.
And then she got called in for an audition and got it. So I don't know like what level of actress she was at. I don't know if she went on to other stuff or did stuff before this. No clue. But yeah, so the whole thing here, and again, this is another like 90-minute Sony Classics movie.
Yes.
It's like
That would be awful. Let's be honest.
it would be, listen, in 2003, dude, it would be a fucking like art house hit. It would.
I guess so.
Those
but-
movies were coming out at the start of the century.
This is a good year, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
which I did not see.
No.
Which I don't know. I imagine must be better than this.
It probably would have made money. It wouldn't have been good. That's
So
that's your balance there.
The entire story here, folks. He's typing up his stories.
Yep.
Oh no, McGulliver! They went into the lake,
Dude, if you are
and then that's it.
if you're a
then he
guy-
asks her to get married.
if you're a guy who, or if you're any person who's a novelist, writer of any kind, and you like to clickety clack on the old typewriter,
Sure.
fine.
Sure, yeah.
If you are going to clickety clack on the old typewriter outside, sitting on a dock next to a breezy lake, I don't know.
Yeah.
How about a paperweight?
Thank you, a paperweight. My God, your people probably invented that. They invented the language you're writing too.
And there's a bunch of this is what he notices. She's super sexy.
Mhm.
This actress's name is Lucia Moniz. She's in a ton of stuff.
Oh, look at this.
yeah.
I'm not usually attracted to my employees. But you are.
Oh, look
You're
at that
number
ass.
one with a bullet.
Look at that ass.
It is this.
Look at that ass.
I guess it's like she
feels bad.
She blames herself for. I guess she knocked the papers. I'd like to chalk this up to Mother Nature
So-
and Colin Firth being an idiot.
We're in France. No one speaks French. He
Yeah.
speaks English. She only speaks Portuguese.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
And it's cute because
He can speak French, I think.
But the joke
he speaks like kind of broken
the
French.
joke is every time like they talk to each other, he's like, "Oh, I wish you could understand me." She's like, "Boy, I wish I could understand you," and so on like that. It's like
Get a fucking dictionary. Like, what the?
Dude, and then it's so there's shit like, it's my favorite time of day driving you, and she says in Portuguese, it's the saddest part of my day leaving you, and it's all
Aw.
of that one-to-one. They use that device like 13 times. It's
fucking
the
hate it.
only
It's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
it's
It's
it.
not 13 times. It's the whole thing.
Which is why the Hugh Grant story has more legs, because it's actually about humans talking to each other, not these two animals attempting to communicate.
because
Yes.
she goes into the lake in her sexy underwear, and he's like, "Oh, blimey, I better be a man and go in that too. Oh, blimey, it's cold. Oh, I hope there's no eels. Oh, she just said eels in Portuguese. Is anyone laughing?"
No.
Oh, I've got to strip down and oh no. My sausage roll is hard. Oh no, she'll see my sausage roll.
How do you say, could I put it in your pudding in Portuguese?
That's why I think he jumps into that lake so quick, dude. He's like, uh-oh, boner time. Oh, I've fallen in the cold water.
Oh, I won't be able to get out until you get me several towels I can put over myself.
The perfect crime, and you're paying her to clean, so she has to do it.
Yeah.
Also, like, feeling really bad for these actors here, if the trivia is to be believed. This was not like a real lake or anything. It was like 18 inches of water that they had to like lay down in and pretend they were swimming and shit. And you're looking at this shit, man. I'm looking at beautiful, majestic Colin Firth in this fake pond. This water looks dirty as shit.
It does.
It's
awful.
And it's ice cold. That's where we keep all of Jimmy Fallon's beer.
She drives him off, and like he's like, you know, to pay you back, I'd like to make you a character in my book. And she's like, I wish you would make me a character in your book.
Oh, isn't that something?
Oh, boy, I wish. You know, I'm going to fantasize about you in my writing and think about weird, nasty sex stuff. I wish you would. These people.
It is disgusting.
How is my heart supposed to grow sizes during this, Chris?
It's not. It's not. You're supposed to remain the Grinch. This is a Grinch making movie.
So it's like one last ride, you know, to the bus station or whatever he's been doing with this woman.
He drops her off at the side of the highway.
I don't know what's going on here, man. Like, this reminded me very much of, there is a bridge over in University Heights, like right when West 207 turns into Fordham Road in the Bronx. And there's a train station there for University Heights. And sometimes I would take that because it's like kind of close, you know, metro stop.
Yeah.
But like, you get out of this cab in the middle of one of the busiest streets in the 5 boroughs, and you are done. It's like fucking Frogger out there.
But that's the thing, is like, my sweet Portuguese love, and she's also my housekeeper. Well, I don't want to go. If I make a left, it's going to take me an hour to get back to the main road. So I'm gonna leave you here. Is that all right? If I leave you here, you walk up and take that left there.
Drive her the fuck home.
To the door, dude.
What kind of romance is this?
That would turn her off. She's like, wow, I wish this guy would drive me to the fuck.
Because is he driving her just to like the closest bus stop, and then it's another 90 minutes? She's getting home at 12:30 at night.
She's taking the Andrea Zuckerman bus route home. I mean, this just torpedoes this character for me. What an asshole!
Drive her home.
Piece of shit.
And it's traffic central down there. If I go down there, it's gonna ruin my whole day.
Do you know if they catch you parking right in the front there, they give you a $20 ticket. It's $20 that I definitely have.
Chris, quid.
Quid. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
yes.
Hey, Colin Firth, did you get a ticket in front of my airport?
But so like he drops her off, and this is like the last time. You know,
it's a good thing he fucking dropped her off though, dude. He gets in a horrendous car accident. I mean, it's not horrendous. Like, he pulls out because he's all like lovelorn and whatnot, and like some fucking dude runs into him. I want to see what that is, because he goes like, "Oh, bother," and then it like fades to black, and you're like, "Wait a second, you just got a car accident."
And then the next bits you see, it's like Colin Firth kind of always in montage.
There's a montage where it's like, well, we got to move all these characters together. So finally, it's like a montage of all the stories.
Get
and
ready
one of them,
for Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Oh, you better learn Portuguese before Christmas. Because that's what he's doing. Yeah. What is this? I don't think this is a helpful learning environment. You see, it's like this pan across this row of desks and all these people with headsets on, listening to like CDs or whatever to learn English. And then it's Colin Firth in the same row of people just quietly learning Portuguese to himself.
Yes, and saying it out loud.
Where's the instructor? What is this? You're just in this classroom. It's like, all right, what language you want to learn? Portuguese is your CD. Go sit quietly.
It's essentially a we work for listening to your cassette player.
Yeah, I think they used to call these libraries.
Yeah, no shit. I was just gonna say
we used to
libraries.
We used to have them in the United States, not anymore.
But it looks like a classroom more than like the library. Like, to me,
I don't know. Maybe they've got a bigger library than us.
Oh, maybe.
You know, they did plunder the world.
It's possible.
He's running around. He's got Christmas presents, and he's still, talking Portuguese. It's kind of fun.
And then,
it's unlike the movie Phenomenon, because John Travolta learns the Portuguese language in 7 minutes.
Oh
you
my
the
God.
Portuguese language in 7 minutes?
You must have some sort of fatal brain tumor up there.
Hey man, better movie.
Oh, definitely.
I'll say it. I'll say it. Dude.
That's tough.
I'll say it. I'll watch Michael over this.
Oh man, that's
Really?
even tougher.
Yes, I'm with you on
By the
that
way,
one.
stay tuned for Michael maybe next Christmas.
Yeah,
I
probably.
believe that's a Christmas movie.
I
as
was
well.
just about to ask if you got
Probably.
Christmas in that because, like, yeah, it's a perfect fit. He's a Christmas angel.
I do have to say, Phenomenon is definitely a better title than what they first went for, which was Phenomenal Cancer.
Oh, that was the title of this movie too.
He's got, I think he's got his Broken Arrow haircut in that movie.
Yes.
Still.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
like
yes.
weird close
he does.
crop. Travolta looks
Right.
terrible.
And
with
then
close
in
crop
Michael,
hair.
he's got the longest hair.
He's got
Oh,
the
yeah.
mane, and he's
got
got
full mane.
fat
Yep.
in that movie. That's the whole point.
Is he fat?
He's just heavier because like he's an angel that like
Yeah.
loves to eat.
He loves
Yeah.
Frosted
Ooh,
Flakes.
That's cool.
But so man, better movie. So
God, I wish I was watching it.
then
Bob
it's,
Hoskins in that movie.
Oh, don't tease me.
it's Christmas Eve, and
Right.
it's kind of, and this is a scene again. If
Wait a
they're-
minute, why wasn't Bob Hoskins in this movie?
Great
What the
question.
fuck?
He was
Thank
alive,
you.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, 03, dude.
Was
I think
he-
this
does
was
he-
a little bit of probably the decline.
Half the
physically.
heart exploded by now.
You know what? We're torturing all our old actors now. We should have done it back then too.
Yeah, but I think it
True.
was like he had like Parkinson's, didn't he? I
Yeah.
think that was real bad.
Would that affected any of this dialogue?
Oh,
I think it would be fine.
Just
Here's
get
the
him in a
move.
wheelchair. He's fine.
It's Bob Hoskins, and it's like we were just talking about the blocking for a porno movie.
Right.
He's the blocker for Ron Jeremy. Like he's the
Yeah,
perfect
uh-huh,
stand-in for
uh-huh.
Ron.
I blocked the hedgehog. I'm the body double for the hedgehog.
They call me the armadillo.
But it's Christmas Eve, and again, if this was a 90-page script, he would be like, "Oh," because he shows up and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Uncle Jamie, Uncle Jamie." And he's got presents for all the kids, and everyone's. It's a really like nice Christmas scene. The mom is there,
This looks like it's going to be one hell of a Christmas.
and the brother is in the background, and then he just thinks, like, "Well, well, goodbye, everybody." And they're like, "What?" He's like, "What a man's got to do, what a man's got to do," and it's like. That's fine, but you gotta be like,
What's that?
and also, by the way, I'm my over there, Terrence, who fucked my wife not 3 weeks ago. I will be. We will not be spending Christmas together. Goodbye, sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then,
I didn't even notice. Is the brother
The
there?
brother is totally in the background.
and then all these kids are like, "I hate Uncle Jamie."
Yes,
so
that's
they've
kind
been,
of funny.
They've been turned against him for.
Fucking
Yeah.
hate you too. You fucking suck. I hate
See,
watching those Disney movies.
And this is the important lesson of this story: is you don't have to spend Christmas with people that drive you fucking nuts.
It's true.
No,
You go
It
to
doesn't fucking matter.
You choose your own family, Eric.
Thank
you
you,
know?
Chris.
and that could be
Exactly.
going to France and trying to fuck a Portuguese waitress.
Absolutely.
Right. Or I guess is this he goes to Portugal, right?
You wouldn't know because this movie doesn't understand how to edit spatial
Yeah, yeah.
relations and make
Right.
shit make sense when you cut it around. Because I was like, did you fly
Yeah.
back to France and this is some like Portuguese neighborhood and you went to
Yeah.
the Portuguese restaurant? Or are you in Portugal? I don't know because the movie doesn't tell you.
Well, the
Also,
thing
I
I
was
think-
way wrong. Just real quick.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hoskins, he could have been in this. He stopped acting in 2012. but-
Okay.
Okay.
And he was
yeah.
busy though.
So he goes to wherever he is on other Europe
Yes.
to
Mhm.
and like he goes to the joke is he goes to her house and
Right.
like he finds the father there.
The father answers the door and he's like, hello, my broken Portuguese. I would very much love to marry your daughter.
Oh, here's Miss Dunkin' Donuts for you,
dude.
then.
And it's like, this
Oh, you want
dude-
my fat daughter?
Because he's like, why? He's like, I want to marry your daughter. He's like, what? You want to marry my daughter? What? And then this woman like sticks her head out, like, who's there? And he's like, shut your mouth, Miss Dunkin' Donuts 2003.
It's just like,
Ugh.
ouch, man. Like, what
yeah.
the fuck?
First of all, Miss Dunkin' Donuts 2003 lives in the state of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Guarantees
totally.
that much.
You have to, you're right, Eric. You have to be a legal resident of the Commonwealth of
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
But so like whatever. It's then the joke is like the town comes with him, and I
This
don't.
whole,
Yeah.
dude, this whole, like, he keeps getting more people.
Oh,
on
this is so. Oh,
every time, like, we cut back and there's like just an army of people,
'cause
like
this
some
is like-
diamond commercial.
Excuse me. Are we going to kill Frankenstein?
Yes. Thank you, because this is like a Middle Ages thing. Like the
Yes.
whole town has to go see the proposal.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is what this poor woman,
Yeah.
this Aurelia. Oh my God.
I would have said fucking no so
way.
fast. at this fucking display.
She knows he's got deep pockets, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she saw that fucking country estate, dude.
I bet that book was great.
Is this your second house?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I guess that's fair, yeah.
Duo residence.
I'm sorry, all right. I would drive you all the way there, but I can't.
You see, I'd have to turn all the way around, and then I get to the little circus there, and I have to turn around the circus.
I'm all about efficiency.
Oh, he said Mr. Drop-Off. Oh, hello, Mr. Drop-Off.
What you do in my restaurant, Mr. Drop-Off?
Oh, you buy me? Oh, you marry me?
There is uncomfortable jokes about that.
Yes.
About him buying her, and then like,
well, no, it's the sister. The
right.
sister's like, I don't want to get married or whatever, or what, whatever it is.
being
and the
sold to an Englishman.
yeah, that's what it is. And he's like, it's like her, the other sister and the father have that argument.
No, I'm not in the skin trade anymore. Oh, jeez, this is so bothersome. It's been so many years. I bought a woman.
Ever since the good Pope came about, I stopped that.
No, wait. Oh, I forget. Did we used to own Portugal? I forget if the crown took that one.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dang it.
So he does this like broken Portuguese proposal.
Yes.
She responds in English. And it again, like if this was a movie, this one part was just a movie. It would have some weight where she, he's like, Ma, you took English lessons.
Yeah.
And she's like, basically like, just in case I ever ran into you again. And like, it just hits like a feather because like, I don't care.
No,
I've not had time to actually invest in either of these people, in this relationship, the potential for this relationship.
The music swells like you should. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's so the PM love theme is because they made it for. You could put that like behind like Hitler's big speech in Munich, and fucking people would clap like fucking seals, like clap like seals for it. With this fucking song.
That was Hitler's big trick. He just had great swelling music after every speech, and everyone went along with it.
Listen to this shit.
Oh, look, Chris has it on his phone.
Chris is riled up, folks.
Yeah.
Was this Masterpiece Theater starting?
Yeah.
It's
It's really banging.
Oh, it's awful.
You could put any all manner of hate speech in front of that. People are like, oh yes, love conquers.
And love does conquer, dude, because in our final scene of everybody goes to the airport, they come to like they're getting back to England.
Yes.
I don't think it's from a honeymoon. It's just maybe
They're
it's just
engaged now. They're just engaged.
they are definitely
Yes.
engaged.
Yes.
Boy, everybody's just getting engaged around Christmas. What a fucking cliche.
And all engagement announcements happen at the airport. It's a big
It's the
thing.
most
They
romantic
run into
place.
Andrew Lincoln, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Keira Knightley because they're all friends, and it's like,
Right.
the woman that cucked me not 3 weeks ago. I forgot about her. Now I'm engaged. And it's like, it doesn't sound like a good idea, man.
Cool. We have a whole thing going on here. We just really something.
Real weird. Real weird.
She's 18.
Yeah, she is really young.
She's 18 when she fucking.
Wait, who is?
Keira Knightley.
Really?
Yeah.
She's
Holy
only
shit.
5 years older than the little redhead boy from Game of Thrones.
That's fucked.
Is that crazy?
That's proper fucked.
That's right. Fucked.
And
That's
also, I mean,
insane.
this is thankful for so far. This one, because the whole time, every time I think about Keira Knightley in this movie, I'm like, that is the stupidest hat I've seen
Yes.
anybody wear
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
in my entire life. And she's like, do you know why she was wearing it? And I was like, no. And she's like, she had a huge zit
Yeah.
on her forehead.
Yeah, I read that on the
Oh.
trivia.
And like, they were just like, and no, that could be a human thing. We can't let that happen.
Yeah.
This has to be just a lovey-dovey thing.
You
So
know
wear
what?
the dumbest hat in the world.
That
It's
means you're
bad.
too young to get married.
All right. Well, we might as well do them. They're right here, right?
By the way, this
they're not.
opens. Yeah, they're right up.
well, I was
next,
going to say
aren't
our next contestant is Liam Neeson, stepdad.
Yeah,
All
let's do
right.
Liam Neeson's stepdad.
Oh man, this
All
is
right.
rough
they? It
because
sucks.
I'll tell you right now, poor Liam Neeson, man. This dude, I guarantee you, does not like thinking about this movie.
I'm sure.
And I
Probably not.
guarantee you, there's people that come up to him, not so much like from Taken, and they're like, "Oh my God, you and the little boy in Love
Uh-huh.
Actually. Oh, you at that funeral scene in the beginning, Liam. Like, it's so awkward that he's playing a fucking newly widowed man in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh God, it sucks. And it starts with this poor woman's fucking funeral.
And here's the thing, man. It's a fucking funny funeral, and
No.
and it's just always a note. Like, if you guys, when I die before all of you, which I'm sure will happen,
Yeah, any day now.
if you guys want to go to a bar afterwards, tell stories about the old days, and yuck it up, that's great, dude. That's totally fine. That's expected.
But at the wait, you're saying I can't do the Gleep soundboard at the funeral, doing your voice back to everyone?
Yeah, they would love it. Oh, yeah.
I got this great. You got it. I found it the other day. This I got this MP3 of you doing a Greedo impression.
Oh yeah.
Perfect for your funeral.
I miss him so much.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, that's what my mom
exactly.
wants to see as my body gets colder.
Yeah, on Patreon we have that sideshow Gleep glossary where we have fun. Anyway, that's what we're referencing. So you don't want any of those shenanigans.
No, I think a funny funeral is because it's always great for the dead person to be like, you know what, at my funeral,
Trolling.
yeah, it's just like nobody should wear shoes or whatever the fuck it is, because you don't have to be there and you're
Right.
not grieving yourself.
Right.
The funeral's not for. It's your funeral, but it's not for you. It's for everyone else.
But I get
Yeah,
the
so
intention.
that's why we can have fun.
I get the intention though, right? With people that do that, where it's like, I truly don't want like people to be sad that I'm gone.
Oh,
Let's
sure.
try to lighten the mood a little bit.
Sure.
And it just never works. Like, I wish it
You know what?
did.
Just do no funeral. That's what my family does.
TFB, too fucking bad. It's just, I'm sorry. Like, you're
Yes.
gonna have to be sad. People are gonna be sad
'Cause
it's
it's-
how it happens. I'm sorry.
Neeson gets up and he gives a speech and he's like, well, it's always the way, and he's not hiding the Irish accent, which is kind of fun to watch. in this
Good,
movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's no reason to.
No,
Like,
yeah,
let's just fucking come on.
When Joanna died, it was I fought her on this one, but she was like, you'll never remarry. It's like, well, not unless I see Claudia Schiffer. Crickets.
Yeah, oh, dude,
Crickets.
it's really bad. Like, I get it. It's a hard room,
Yeah.
but you figure there'd be at least a polite.
You just can't do that. You're right. You can't do that.
Yeah,
You can't talk about like what you want to put your dick in at the
You
funeral.
can't make in this movie in 2003 when this funeral scene is taking place. You can't make a joke they also make in Wayne's World. Okay.
Oh, welcome to my dead wife's funeral. Showing.
Exactly. Some dude's playing fucking air guitar next to you. Diddly-doo. Like it.
Oh, now that she's dead, I can date Abraham Lincoln.
Date Bugs Bunny dressed up as a lady bunny. It's doing it for me. Also, like, I think the ultimate trolling though is not in the watch this, video and listen to my husband's terrible monologue. It is that you are forcing your funeral audience to listen to a not fucking famous Bay City Roller song.
Yeah.
Like, there's the one famous one,
Yes.
Saturday Night, and then there's all these other songs apparently.
It's Bye Bye Baby or whatever it
Yes,
is,
sure.
and it's crippling because it's kind of like Bye Bye Baby. It's like this upbeat song, and it's just a montage of this dead woman, and everyone's just devastated.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing, right? Is the way that Liam Neeson is setting this up in the eulogy. You're expecting kind of like a funny video,
Yeah.
but then it's just the Bay City Rollers and a bunch of pictures of like them when they got married,
Yeah.
and here's her pregnant and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, where's the funny part?
Yeah.
You're just intentionally leaving these people with all these sad, like a sad
Well, yeah.
slideshow.
I mean, imagine like you're at this funeral, and like 2 days later, you're just like at work. Goodbye, baby.
Yeah.
now,
Oh,
where is that in my head from? Where? Oh, my dear friend's funeral.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, it was what I was watching photos of my dead friend and listening to the Bay City
Oh,
Rollers.
I thought that was buried in my memories. It was only freshly buried.
it was right there.
But that's like when so Liam Neeson is like, and the only way she wanted me to do it was to have you sit here and be serenaded by the great artistry that was the Bay City Rollers. And then you expect the joke to be like, on a Saturday night, they're carrying the casket down the fucking
Oh yeah,
aisle and whatnot.
dude.
But it's like, it's not that. So it's like you fucking biffed whatever this joke
Yeah.
funeral was going to be.
Well, and I hope if she's this big a fan of the Bay City Rollers, she better be fucking Scottish.
Good point.
Nobody loves this
Excellent
sister too much. This much. If you're not Scottish, that makes no fucking sense.
It's just funny. So yeah, he also then we learn he is the stepfather to this little boy.
The most disgusting shit boy I've ever seen.
Sam-
Honestly, looking at this kid's head, I just wanted to vomit every time I saw this kid. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sure he's a great
I thought this
chap.
kid was actually adorable, to be quite
Really?
honest.
I think he's adorable
He's
too.
an adorable little kid.
Yeah.
In what way?
He is a disgusting shit boy.
Eric, I love you. I'm with you.
Thank you, sir.
There's something about it where it's like I don't
Well, he's
see.
so tiny is the problem.
Well,
That's
he's tiny.
That's makes it even grosser somehow.
But it's kind of hard for me to articulate. But like, you know, I was just talking about that Netflix Family Switch movie with Ed Helms, and the Brandy movie. In the Brandy movie, what the fuck is that? Best Christmas Ever. There is, I'm telling you, it's an A+ disgusting shit child. This little daughter character. It's awful, and it's like because of the precociousness, I don't get exactly precociousness from this kid.
Well, he's, wait, baby, I'm in love. I want to go talk to this girl. And it's just like, that is shitty.
I'm
Come
not
on.
saying there's nothing wrong with him. Like, I don't think he's a shit-eating kid. I think he's just fucking weird. He's a little weirdo.
It's eerie.
Yeah,
Yes.
eerie kid.
Eerie's close, but I am willing to take it disgusting for this one reason. The boy is in love with the little girl named Joanna, who also happens to be the name of his dead mother.
Sure.
Ooh, that's
It's a
weird.
fucking Vertigo with the baby ship boy.
Why don't you make your hair like my mom's?
It is. I mean,
Let's
like,
go up to the clock tower.
that was. I mean, not that I was ever throwing anything away, but that was always a done deal. I'm not fooling around with any Natalie's. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No, exactly.
It's off the table.
Exactly, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Not happening.
So you're telling me this the day after the funeral. Okay. All right, I got it. Okay,
And
we
you-
need like a suicide squad of therapists, like the worst of the worst.
This kid would later be in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
As Jojen Reed from the swamp place, which makes sense because he's a DSG.
Actor's name is Thomas Brody Sangster. He was also in the Queen's Gambit.
Maze
Yes.
Runner, I think.
Yeah.
He's a Maze Runner kid. He's on that new Artful Dodger
Artful
show.
Dodger, which is amazing to me. Like, do they just take like Oliver Twist? They're like, well, like they're like us, like, let's take every part of it and break it down. We've done
No.
enough remakes of Oliver Twist.
I swear to Christ, if this is how that guy became the Artful Dodger, I'll throw my fucking TV out the window.
How about you? Why else would you call it that?
I
Why
know. And that sucks because that's what that fucking Peter Pan and Wendy
Yeah.
garbage movie was earlier this year.
David.
How Captain Hook went from Lost Boy to Captain Hook.
Wow.
Dog shit.
As someone who's been on the Lowry train the whole time, that one stung.
I
That
was even,
really
dude,
tough.
I was singing Old Man and the Gun to the high
Great movie.
heavens.
Really great movie.
Great movie. Dog shit that
A
Peter
horror.
Pan and
But
Wendy.
so Sam is the kid's name. He
Right.
is locked himself up in his room, and nobody knows why. We assume it's because of the grief of the mother.
He's telling Emma Thompson he thinks, because, by the way, Liam Neeson's character and Emma Thompson's character, I guess, are just friends.
Just friends.
Yeah.
And the only
Doesn't
thing
doesn't really get more explanation. than
you
that.
don't know much about Liam Neeson. The funniest part is in the middle of one of his sequences, he's got one of those triangular fucking rulers. Like, I guess he's an architect.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
that's kind of
Is
Nice-
he even
nice
using it?
house.
Is he
Nice
using it
house.
at a drawing table, or
Yeah.
is he just literally holding it?
no. He's like, oh, I'm busy architecting. Oh, my boy's in trouble. Like that kind of a thing.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
So you do architect work? Oh no, actually I own a ruler making company. We make all kinds of rulers, big ones, all kinds. The circular one, we do that one too.
we do the L-shaped sometimes.
Yes, we're branched out into sextants.
We used to be owned by a calculator company.
Texas Instruments.
Because I love that you said we make all sorts of rulers, long ones, and then there was a really long pause.
And the circular one. Look.
Yeah, that's-
I couldn't tell you another kind of
Yeah.
ruler besides a long one, a triangle
what-
one,
we got
and
the
an L one.
double-sided guy there with the inches on the
Oh,
one
do
side
they
and the
have-
centimeters on the other.
Do they have yardsticks over there? Is that one of their words or is that one of ours?
I don't know.
What's a yard?
3 feet.
Yeah, okay. Is that might be
Yeah,
one
so
of theirs?
yard's one of theirs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a long one.
Yeah, we made the 6 too.
There you go. Oh, found another long one. Put it on the board.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll Emma Thompson. You'll find someone else. You're the ruler king of England. Everyone knows you.
Yeah, but am I ever going to find another woman who wants to stay in on a Friday night and play with me spirographs?
And
You
who
remember
else?
those little guys?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
Oh, I
spirographs?
couldn't forget.
Oh,
And
those
who-
were
That
cool.
was like a cousin to the ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
fun.
that's what a ruler magnate does in his downtime.
Nice.
It's-
Spirograph art.
The useless ruler. That's what that is, right?
It's the wacky ruler.
Yeah. 'Cause that has no practical purpose, does
No,
it?
you're just making fun shapes that I think then if you were later like on psychedelics, you'd look at and be like, oh, I'm seeing through time.
No, yeah, we got into the spirograph game for a little bit too, but then it all sank.
So how did she die again? What
We
was
don't
that?
know.
Oh, nice, cool.
Yeah,
Great.
we don't know
Thanks,
that.
movie.
And the other thing too is like, so like Emma Thompson's like, he's like, I don't know what's wrong with the lad. He won't come out and he won't eat. He won't do that. And she's like, it's gonna take some time. And he's
Yeah.
like, and he breaks down here. And good Liam Neeson acts like,
Oh,
it's just so. And I mean, dude, that's a rough fucking call, dude. You're immediately I gotta raise this kid all the way
he's
by
so-
myself.
And he's a step. He's so
Yeah.
fresh. When
Yeah.
was he just got married to this woman and she blew
You-
up on a yacht or something. I don't know what
I
happened.
have a feeling that the life of Mary McGowan is insured for a staggeringly
But
high amount.
This kid's like 5 years old.
Yes.
So it's like, that's not a long time.
No,
for
No,
it's-
no.
But,
they
I
show
mean-
grandparents too. Like there should be a custody battle. I feel like
There should
Gramps
be.
should swoop in.
Absolutely.
That's-
Grampy, get him.
But that's why I like
Yes.
the way that this is set up, because it's not like you're just my stepdad.
No.
All that shit you've seen 1,000
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
Like he's a stepdad,
Right.
and the kid's older than 5. He's got to be at least like
They say he's 10.
10. Yeah, right. So
Well,
it's like
yeah, that's an American 5. I don't know. All kids look alike to me.
Sure.
But this 10-year-old is like, I'm not coming out of my room until I get pussy. And Liam Neeson's like, aren't you a little young for wanting the pussy?
Because they sit down and he's like, what's the matter, lad? Is that your mother? And he's like, well, no, actually, it's not. It's like
I don't care about her.
He's like, I miss my mom, I guess, but I really, really I'm in love. And it's like he laughs. He's like, why would you laugh at that? It's the worst feeling in the world. And it's like, oh, isn't this precious?
Liam Neeson's got a good line here. He goes, well, no one's gonna shag you if you're crying all the time.
Yeah, dude.
But they will. If you piss your pants after drinking, they will. It's funny
true.
how it works.
It's true.
But you gotta have a massive Irish fireplace poker down there like I do.
And since he's step, he doesn't have.
Oh yeah, we lost your mother to stomach cancer. I can't believe it. Last night I went around with a baseball bat looking around for stomach cancer I could find on the street.
looking at all the stomach cancers up on the high street trying to find him.
Just waiting for some stomach cancer to come poking his nose in my face.
Luckily, they didn't.
Ugh.
But so like
So his whole thing is like, I'm going to help my boy, tell his little crush
yeah,
that he likes her or whatever. And,
I can get you to second base, lad, and that's as far as we go.
Now I'm
After
going-
that, that's all up to ye.
Let me tell you about a famous pussy hound named Ringo Starr.
A lot of Ringo Starr talk here.
Yes, quite a bit.
some Ringo Starr bashing though.
Yeah.
Because it's something about like ugly dudes getting laid, and he's like, I don't remember what the-
musicians. It's like music.
it's a musician
It's basically
specifically.
like it's like, how am I going to talk to her? Oh, there's a big Christmas pageant coming up. She's a singer. If I'm a musician, I can get in. And he's like, oh, that's a great one, lad. Ugly dudes have been getting laid through music all the time. Ringo Starr, one of them.
There's
Sure.
that's what I can't remember what the first one. It's like somebody, and he's like, and Ringo Starr married a Bond girl.
Yes.
And the good joke is the kid's like, I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Lyle Lovett? I don't know.
Oh, I don't
10
know.
years old. Oh, I need to join the band.
Yeah.
And he's able to play the drums at the end.
Yeah,
No
he
problem.
picks it up pretty easily.
Pretty easy.
And we're told
Pretty
at the
easy.
beginning of this movie that it is just 5 weeks till Christmas.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
No.
You're not mastering a whole
No.
drum kit with
Nope.
zero
This kid's a fucking
experience.
prodigy, honestly.
He's really slaying at the end of this movie.
because like
Neil Peart, look out in heaven.
the next movie to this part is basically he shuts himself in his room again, but this time it's to only play the drums, and it's like
Well, because we're also like the reason why he's got to like get this down is because this girl. This is what I could have sworn up and down that this kid tells Liam Neeson the girl is moving back to America.
Okay.
Yet at the end of this movie, when we do the 1 month later thing, she's comes back to London. I don't know, but in one way or another, this girl at Christmas is going to America, and he's all worried he's never going to see her again.
Yeah.
And
well, she wasn't planning on it, but I mean, they kept in touch. They started having phone sex, and she just couldn't keep away. She couldn't help herself.
There is, man, what if, speaking of teases in this movie, this is the ultimate tease right here where like the kid's bumming about her or whatever, and Liam Neeson, it's a nice, like, fun stepdad thing, I guess. I don't know. It speaks to maybe they had this tradition when the mom was alive or something. He's like, oh, do you know what we need right now, Samo? We need a little Kate and Leo. And it just cuts to them watching Titanic. And I'm like, oh no, an excellent movie's on the TV while I'm watching this instead. Oh, fuck.
Not fun. And like, it's pretty funny for like your feel good movie is like, okay, do you have 4.5 hours? Okay, yeah, let's watch our feel good movie for 4.5 hours.
Aren't they like acting it out together?
They are.
It's like, now kiss me. Let's practice.
Now draw me like one of your French girls.
No. Joanna's going to want this. You're going to have to learn this.
No, we're like dancing, like in the carriage, you know? Like all the poor people are looking at us.
The Irish, like me.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
But yeah, so like, it just kind of goes on like that. Is there any...
This is pretty quick. It kind of gets right to it.
They need to have, again, like something needs to happen here, but no, it's just it's just the big concert.
Liam Neeson... Who is Liam Neeson's sister?
He doesn't have a sister.
He does. Somebody, one of these other. Remember, he calls and he's like, "Sis."
No, he's only talking to Emma Thompson, who's his friend.
There's somebody. Hold on.
Is Emma Thompson the sister then?
No, there's
she's
somebody else.
Grant's sister.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking about. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But so like it leads up to this big festival thing or this
it's like a Christmas
holiday pageant.
Yeah.
Again, on Christmas Eve, no one's going. It's like, oh, rubbish! I'm not going on Christmas Eve. I'm going to the school to watch some kids play drums. I don't think so. You're going to dress like a lobster on Christmas Eve. I don't want to touch a telly.
75% of the characters show up to this thing. This should have been the climax. This should have been the thing. Colin Firth, Billy Mack, Billy Nye, Nighy or whatever. Those stories should not be in this movie.
Yes,
anyone that's not at this pageant does not belong in the movie.
That's a great point, Eric, because that would make this a movie that like has a crescendo. It's like, oh my God, all of our characters are here.
It's riding towards this crescendo, and then it stops dead, has another 35 minutes, and then they're like, let's try again at the airport.
Yeah. So basically it's
Shong Bahu, Mariah what? No, I won't be doing that. Thank you very much.
It's kind of weird. So it's like the teacher comes out. The teacher, by the way, from Breaking Bad.
Oh, Elliot from Breaking Bad.
The Gray Matter guy. He's done a ton of stuff. He was just in Succession as the election expert.
Oh, yes. Yeah. He pops up in a ton of shit.
And here he's just like the teacher, and he's like, we're about to do the final act of the night, and it's the big show. It's the big song.
The Big Show's in this.
Well, it's a big show.
Paul White walks out.
It's like, you'll forgive some of the teachers. We got a little excited. We're all in this. And when I tell you, it is mostly adults on this stage.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you got the kid on drums, you got the girl singing. I think there's like a guitar player and a bass player, and then this horn section filled with children.
Yes.
But this like chorus of teachers, I got to tell you right now, you always had that, like, maybe Steve, you didn't have this in Catholic school.
Sure.
But like when the teachers would begrudgingly get in on those kinds of productions or whatever, and it was always like two teachers, and you knew the principal had a gun to their head.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't this like, oh, we managed to get the entire faculty up here to do this number.
It's just to save the night because these kids are god awful. And that's every kid everywhere.
No, but the little girl's voice, Eric, it's like she's like an angel.
Right. Well, because she's she's American or something, right? So that's why.
She's singing Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Oh yeah, great song.
And the kids on the drums.
He's doing the drums, and
He's
then,
so tiny he could barely hold the
thank you.
drumstick.
This is disturbing. This little thing.
This
And
little
then
thing.
he's playing the drums, and she's like, "All I want for Christmas is you," and points at him, and he gets a fucking chub right instantly, the first one of the life. And then she starts pointing towards other people in the crowd, and you, and the look on his face.
Oh, dude,
like
disappointed.
he's gonna fucking murder.
No,
her.
he is. He's like, who's that fat fuck?
Exactly.
What you pointed at that fat fuck?
You're pointing at other people but me?
Yeah, he gets this scowl, and then this is the character we have brazenly run through airport security to try to assault this girl later.
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
Why did you say "and you" to Mr. Smitty? He just teaches mathematics. What the fuck's that?
So you like 40-year-old fat guys, huh? Oh, you enjoy fucking Mr. Smitty, you fucking whore.
Hey, Smitty, she fucking said it to me first, pig.
Does he give you drinks? Does he pay for your food? You talk to me.
Dude, it's fucking wild.
Remember when I gave you my milk? Yeah, Mr. Smitty would never do that.
So it's the big pageant. She sings the song and is instantly getting into this car to go to the airport. On Christmas
immediately,
Eve.
absolutely. Oh no,
Yeah,
we'll
shit.
we'll do the pageant and then we'll go to the airport.
And then we'll get the red eye or whatever.
This is actually like Mariah Carey leaving some concert venue. Like, get in the car, we gotta go, Mariah. Come on, get in the car. And there's a fucking motorcade.
Yeah, but then a little creep chases her and
Exactly.
tries to
Yeah, I bet
accost
that's
her at the
happening.
airport.
You need Kevin Costner as the bodyguard to carry her away. from this little
Or
kid.
you need fucking Liam Neeson as her bodyguard,
Yes.
like in Taken.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, could you give my daughter some singing lessons?
And then you need Kevin Conroy as the little boy going after her, screaming.
But so she, he goes up, "Oh, you did great, Sam, me lad. You killed it with the drums." It doesn't matter. She's leaving. He's like, "Well, let's just follow her to the damn airport then.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Let's commit some crimes."
Yeah, take me gun. Let's go to the airport.
The World Trade Center is still fucking fresh. That body is fresh.
Uh-huh.
And we're running through the airport.
It's
Come on.
still smoldering, dude. It's a
Yeah.
smoldering hole in Lower Manhattan.
But it's wild that like you start this movie acknowledging that 9/11 happened.
yes.
And you end this movie with outright airport shenanigans. This kid would be fucking
There's
tased in the
multiple-
head.
He'd be tased within an inch of his life. And if this kid's hair was, he's lucky he's a ginger. If his hair was darker, he'd be shot in the back.
Yeah,
Right,
with
right,
real
right.
bullets.
I'm not taking any chances. Get him.
Is that?
Oh, it's a white boy. We'll tase him. Oh, no. I don't know. Dark hair. Shoot him in the back.
It's a white boy with a scarf. Headshot. Right in there.
There's another airport thing when that kid Colin goes to
Yes.
Wisconsin to go get laid or whatever.
Sure.
He says something to the effect of like, "America's got a big surprise coming to it." You cannot yell that in an airport
No, you
in
cannot.
2002.
I
3.
agree with you, but thankfully the ellipses at the end of that sentence is almost immediately followed up with Colin's big dick.
Yeah, it
Like
goes
he's
big
knob.
knob. He's got a big knob.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Knob,
Oh,
knob.
Thank you.
Let's say
Thank
knob
you for
it.
that.
Oh, you mentioned Frankenstein earlier. Colin looks like that.
A little bit like that. Oh,
Exactly.
Frankenstein is much more handsome. Let's
But this little-
be
better,
nice.
better complexion.
Yeah.
This little kid. So basically, like, we get
tall.
there.
He's tall.
We get there,
Yeah.
and like Liam Neeson's like, "Can't we let the kid go? He's got a crush on a little girl." And like the guy's like, "Absolutely, it is 2002 and a half
He's,
right here."
he's got a suicide vest on. Had you let him through?
Look, it's a dead man switch, all right? So as long as you don't do nothing to him and the boy stays alive, the airport doesn't blow up. Hey, good movie, actually.
I like this.
Absolutely.
This kid is just zipping through this airport.
And this is where, like,
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson.
before that, the dipshittery of like sometimes these storylines connect
Yes.
because this kid doesn't know it, but Bill Nighy helps
Oh,
him
right.
out here because like all the fucking like terminal people are like stuck, eyes glued to the TV. This old man
Yes.
naked
Yeah,
on the telly playing his fucking Stratocaster, his terrible Christmas song, that this kid's like, "Oh, they're all just watching that naked old guy. Got it." And like jumps over the railing.
Yep.
Sometimes we crash into each other and watch old men's penises on TV.
Yeah. I don't think they're showing the knob though. It's a cop out.
I would hope so. I
He's
want it though.
specifically dodges the metal detector. Just let you know. I don't know. I don't know what he's
Uh-huh.
got. I don't know what this kid's got.
Well, no,
He
he
jumps
runs
through it
through
and
it.
it goes off and he keeps running away.
It goes off, yep.
You know what he does? he does he's like how he's on a playground.
Yeah.
He jumps into it, and it's it's not like the full body scan ones we have now. It's the old fashioned rectangular
the doorway
coffin shaped doorway. He does I'm going to jump over the guy, and he puts his hands on the side of it and swings through it. This kid is being tackled by 4 250-pound men.
I'm just sorry. Take the shot. Honestly, I can't trust it.
Look, it'd be better for Liam Neeson in this point. He can just bang Claudia Schiffer for the rest of his life, and he has met her, right?
Do you think that's his thing? Do you think that's his thing where he's just like, yeah,
let it happen.
Exactly.
Let it happen.
Let him die in some horrific mistake.
You know that coat from Leon the Professional? He has that. It's full of knives and guns in there.
But at the school before he meets up with Sam, he runs into a mother that is played by Claudia Schiffer. And I guess the joke is she looks exactly like Claudia Schiffer.
You guys couldn't see it, but Steve definitely did quotation marks around the word joke when he was it's just the most.
It's
God,
and you can see it coming a mile away because he says Claudia Schiffer like 3 times.
Yes.
Well, I can't imagine ever dating anyone else again except for Claudia Schiffer.
Yeah.
I can't eat pizza unless Claudia Schiffer was eating the
We're
pizza.
going to be fucking in every room, including yours.
That's
what he says to him. You're right.
Yes.
That would be great if they because you finally see Liam Neeson's bedroom, and it's just covered with Claudia Schiffer posters and like cut out pictures everywhere.
Yeah, I still have issues of Sports Illustrated from 1992. Don't worry about it.
I told you to stay out of my goon cave.
I'll just be gooning all night to Claudia.
No, the ones on the window are most important.
Oh, yeah, better call me Eddie Valiant. I'm taking a car to Goon Town. Oh, man. So...
Are we done yet?
No, we got some
exactly
storylines.
5 more people to talk
God
about.
damn it.
But he gets through and he meets up with the little girl and he's like, Joanna. And she's like, Sam. He's like, you know my name? And she's like, of course I do. And she gives him a cute little kiss.
It's adorable.
Yes.
And then this kid is escorted gently back out of the airport.
No, him and Liam Neeson are spending the next 4 days at deep interrogation.
Yeah, what do you think Christmas dinner's like in jail, kid?
The SAS are breaking this kid's fingers one by one.
And Joanna is not getting on that plane. What did you give to her? Huh? Why don't you tell me why what was so important?
Right.
You got to her. Let me ask you that, little boy.
Now they're fucking interrogating that poor girl and her whole family.
Gitmo. Right when you land in the United States, you're going to
Which also, like, by the way, that fucking family that's getting on that plane not going to have as easy of a time with airport security as Liam Neeson and the Ginger Kid.
We got to put him in Gitmo.
Another
Christmas in Gitmo.
Get them a family pass.
Oh,
for
no,
Gitmo.
no, guys, no, this is a beautiful alternate history of Billy Bob Thornton as president.
Fuck yeah. Dude.
But so that is that, and then obviously in the epilogue, Liam Neeson is dating Claudia Schiffer very clearly.
Of course, absolutely.
Or the Claudia Schiffer character, which I think her name is Carol or something.
Carol, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think also this movie's doing a really pathetic, like, oh, isn't she ugly? And they just throw a pair of glasses on her.
Yeah, it's
for that airport shot. Like, oh, look, he's his humble / supermodel fucking girlfriend.
You know what we should do? We should do a heist, and you could play Claudia Schiffer, hon.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm taking a book straight out of Ocean's 12, aren't you?
God, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what this is, and I hate it.
You look like I know. I get that's kind of stunning. The movie doesn't have that exchange with her and Liam Neeson. Oh, aren't you? No, I get that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, like some guy at the airport or something could do it.
It's actually Carla Schiffer.
So do we do the fucking weirdo who's obsessed with American Babes, Colin?
We can knock that baby out real quick.
Yeah, let's crank that out. So this guy, we're introduced to him. We meet him at the office of Alan Rickman. He's delivering, well, it's the best sandwiches in London, which, man, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I have no
Special
idea.
aioli in it. Homemade from a nutsack.
Yep, I knew it. Thank you, Chris. I was going to say it, but I'm glad you did.
But what is the job here? Like, he's
Delivery
delivering
boy?
sandwiches, but then he's at...
I guess he's like a jack of all trades food delivery.
He's presented as a grade A loser.
Yeah.
0 prospects in this country. No one will give him a time of day, but he knows American slags are dumb enough to bite.
He's a guy who is kind of doing a gig economy type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
A whole 2 decades before it was really a reality.
I think you're right. Just yeah, like Steve said, just a jack of all trades, small jobs kind of a deal.
And he's got his buddies Tony, who we've already met as the producer, as the director or producer
of the maybe porno,
of the possible porno,
the
and
DP of the DP.
And the joke is like, this guy's like, you're never gonna get. They're at the wedding. Colin goes up to this woman. He's like, "Do you want an appetizer?" And she's like, "No, thanks." Like, "Yeah, they're probably rubbish, aren't they? They taste disgusting." And she's like, "I'm actually the chef here."
It's awful. He says they look, these little whatever these appetizers are, look like dead baby fingers.
Yes.
It's a taste explosion, don't you know?
And it's this it's this really bad, like, you know, the punchline to the joke 12 lines before they actually hit it. He keeps insulting the thing, and you know that the woman made the fucking food the whole time.
Then she's like, "I'm the caterer." Like, bah, bah, bah. And
he has a creep line to Rickman's secretary.
Oh, right.
This Mia character.
Oh, we'll get into her.
Dude, yeah. I think maybe playing the literal devil in this movie, but he goes to her while he's delivering the sandwiches. He's like, "Oh, hello, future wife."
Yeah.
And he's just like, dude, get out of here.
What
He's like fucking Quagmire from Family Guy.
But you're using Biff Tannen lines as pickup.
Yeah.
He's probably reading what was that pickup artist book in the early aughts?
The Game.
The Game.
Yeah.
He's probably reading that.
That dude has that in hardcover and paperback.
And he's got the audiobook too, the tapes.
Oh yeah, well, because you know what, dude? When the game, what was the dude's name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh,
the guy.
fuck.
It was
Neil something. The author. Mystery.
Mystery, right?
Mystery,
It was like
the VH1 show. Yeah.
But that was the guy who did those books, or no?
That was. I think that was a student.
I thought that the guy who wrote those books had like a single name kind of thing or something.
I think he's got 2 names.
No,
Mystery, I remember. I'm getting them all like that. Tucker Max are all like
Mystery was like a pickup artist guy, though.
Yes.
Neil Strauss, I guess, is the guy who did the game.
Oh, I see.
And I bet he's really cool.
But it's really like he just goes to his buddy Tony. He's like, "I can't get laid in America. I can't get laid here. All the women, I'm just another fish in the sea. But in America, I would clean up because Americans love a guy with a British accent." And
it's true.
And that's the joke. And like basically, he just goes to America
and gets laid immediately.
Well, the joke is like it gets really like meta here, where like all of these like super babes that are like doing cameos in this movie.
Yes. Right. Like January Jones is there. We go to this bar, like he gets off at the airport. It's like, take me to a bar, and any American bar. And they go to this bar in the middle of
Wisconsin, I think.
Wisconsin,
Yeah.
where
it's Milwaukee. They're literally in Milwaukee.
Where women are famously supermodels in Wisconsin, of course. Yes. And apparently, then they, you should wait for Carol Ann. She's got a thing for English guys.
It's January Jones, Alicia Cuthbert, the woman from that episode of Seinfeld who's married to the shitty tennis instructor.
Yes.
Who like goes to come on to Jerry, and then she's like, "I can't do it. Milos is my husband."
She always reminds me of Mila Jovovich.
Yeah,
I
think she's a Serbian actress that like whatever.
But he's so fucking sexy that they take him to their place to stay.
I will say, this is when the fucking soundtrack makes me.
Wherever you may go,
when I look and you go.
It's The Calling? I think
it's
wherever you may be, when I look through your eyes.
It's the CW, like that. I think that might have been the song for the Smallville for a while, possibly.
Sure.
For the show or for this Thursday on Smallville
when
television.
I could, and like it's basically they're having.
I'm ugly, so ugly, but I'm banging these American broads.
But I mean, I think that this bit is a funny little bit. If in so far as like the movie kind of needs something that's super broad, and the joke is like, "Oh man, American girls go crazy for it. American girls are so sexy," and like it's at least heightened to a comedic degree,
sure,
to the point where you're like, I get it.
He's there, and then the silhouette of them taking his clothes off or whatever. Did you read the trivia that he's claimed like, and I gave back me money for the day because the babes were touching me.
Ew.
But
What a fucking loser.
Dude, classic example of why you have to finish the trivia page, dude.
What
Oh,
happened?
whoa.
Later on down in the trivia,
Wait a second.
it also
Someone-
mentions he did some interview on a radio show and someone was like, hey man, this crazy about you giving the money back for the sex scene part or whatever. And he's like, yeah, that's not true. I kept that money.
Are you stupid? Yo, you're stupid then. Yeah, no. Why would I give back the money?
Well,
It's
who
a-
would make that up?
Losers on
Or
the internet.
him, and now he changed.
Yeah,
his
possibly.
story.
Yeah,
that
he
could
might have been.
be.
He might have been
That
getting
could
Randy
be.
on English television, like our friend Billy.
Oh, actually,
And then-
No
that's
moral
true.
qualms in 2003, plenty in
Oh
2011.
God, I've never been so turned on. You look like a mix of Roger Rabbit and Drop Dead Fred. I've never been so horny in my
He
life.
kind of does look like Drop Dead Fred, but I'm not letting go of Rickety Cricket, dude. He definitely has a
little
little
bit
cricket in
Rickety
there.
Cricket.
Dude, he's tall, skinny, and British. Forget about it. Whatever goes on in the face, it doesn't matter.
Well, Drop
That's
Dead Fred
true.
is a famous British
yeah,
comedian.
he's Rick
Rick
Mayhall.
Mayhall, yeah.
Rest in peace.
But and then that's it. And like you see, like it's this really amazingly bad shot of like it's a snowy city street, and you see all these ladies jumping all over him, and then there's this because they're like, oh, you can't wait to meet Harriet, our real sexy roommate,
Right.
and like. It's this woman with a cowboy hat walking in like confidently,
Yeah. Here's the
like
thing.
it's like Sin City or something.
Dude, yeah, I was thinking it's like, and this is the, it's the start of like some sort of horror movie where this dude has the tables turned on
Oh,
him,
that'd
and
be
it's
so
like, oh,
good.
wait till Harriet
Uh-huh.
gets her. She's the hottest of all of us. And you just see this girl like from behind, and it's the cowboy hat, and she's looking up at the window, and I'm like, and this is the killer, and she's gonna
See,
come in and butcher this
we
dude.
keep suggesting they add conflict to any
Yes.
of these stories, and
Yeah.
there's
Right.
literally none. It's
Yeah.
just every single story is you shoot an arrow, and there it is.
It's a feel good for psychotics. It's just, hey, you act like a complete maniac and still want it to act good for you.
Dude,
Fine.
I gotta tell you, here's where some conflict could be. When he goes into this bar, he's like, give me a beer. And the dude's like, what do you want? And he's like, I don't know, an American beer. How about a Bud Light? Bud Light in America. Dude, you're ordering a Bud Light in fucking Milwaukee?
Oh, it's trouble.
The bartender should shoot you in the head.
That'd be pretty bad.
But his epilogue is he comes back with the hottest babe in the world.
2003, Shannon Elizabeth.
Oh, not just that. I got another one too, because I got them all.
2003, Denise Richards.
Yes, I fucked all of them as well. They were all rubbish as well.
Oh my
And
god.
she kisses Tony. She's like, "You're Tony. He told me you were gorgeous." Like makes out with him immediately, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Wild
That's
shit.
American women, though. You know,
But-
that's what they do.
I mean, that's why I think that you don't even need like I said. I think that joke is fine. You don't need the epilogue.
I don't think
just
it's.
leave it alone.
I think the joke is fucking hack.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, but
But
That's it.
yeah, that's
That's
his
it. Thank
whole
God for
story.
that.
That's the end of that
Woo!
useless fake porno plot. So who do we got left here? We got the Hugh Grant, or we got the Rickman one? I think
Laura
those-
Linney.
And
let's do
still-
that one.
We have 4.
Who else?
Stop.
Who else
I'm-
could possibly be
I
left?
am leaving the show.
We still have
Andrew Lincoln and Knightley.
Oh,
Keira Knightley.
my fucking hell,
All right.
guys! Come on, let's get through this.
Laura Linney. It's way quick. She works at Alan Rickman's office. Also, real workaholic kind of thing. She clearly has a crush on Rodrigo Santoro. Also from
Xerxes,
the television
by the
show
way.
Lost.
Okay.
He wasn't lost. He was on the show Lost.
Right, so they found him.
Yeah,
Lost
they
and
found him, and then he went to Westworld.
So,
would be
so
great.
she's Laura Linney's like the finders keepers.
I
Look at this guy.
It'd be great if he was like exactly like Xerxes in 300, and he's like 8 feet tall. He's like, hello, Laura Linney.
Just super piercings all over.
Do you have the file I need for the Bankins account?
I am Carl, and I am here to. Carl would like to maybe dance.
It's this weird Alan Rickman pulls her into the office in her first scene and is like, so everybody knows you just love this Carl
She's
in
like,
the office.
Oh, the joke is like, how long have you been here? And she's like, 3 days, 3 years, 2 months, and blah, blah. And how long have you been in love with Carl?
And why haven't you fucked anyone in the office lately?
Dude, like Alan
encouraging
Rickman
this
as this boss, like get out of this woman's business, dude.
You need to get it wet. You need to get plowed before Christmas.
No, I mean, we'll get to Rickman, but he is piloting his plane into the mountain very purposefully, I would say.
Absolutely. So everybody knows, including Carl.
Yeah.
Carl, that she digs on him is the idea.
And
unrequited
would
love.
you like to get lunch today?
And like basically the thing that keeps happening to her,
she gets phone calls, and that's the entire fucking movie plot of her.
basically, and one part is really nasty. She comes out of Alan Rickman's office. Mia is the crazy devil psycho lady.
Right.
She's listening to Billy Mac's song on the radio, and Laura Linney gets a phone call next to this woman's desk and has the gall to be like, could you turn that down, please? I'm like, get the fuck out of my workstation.
That's the brilliant part about cellular telephones, Laura Linney. You can take them motherfuckers anywhere, including away from this woman's desk.
Do we clock what week before Christmas this was? Because maybe she should turn it the fuck down.
I think it's 4. I think we're in 4 on this one.
4.5.
Turn it down. Turn it down.
That's the thing. You don't have to turn it off because 4 weeks we're in December, but you do have to turn it down.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I hate Christmas music this early. Wow, Carl, we have a lot in common.
God, do you play basketball or what?
No, I'm just 9 feet tall because I'm other.
I love your eye makeup.
Yeah, because I'm other.
That's 300, baby.
It is.
That's right. The bad guys are other.
And like she keeps getting these phone calls, and like it just keeps happening. That's kind of her thing. And here comes this Christmas party, which we'll talk about a lot more with on the Alan Rickman end. It's like a sexy Christmas party, and her and Carl start to hit it off. You know what I mean? It's starting to happen.
Not too shabby here. And, Rodrigo, man, really handsome fella
sexy
here.
dude's got these tiny 2003 glasses
Oh, yeah.
going.
Like you
They're
could tell that
pretty
he can graphic design with the best of them or whatever.
Dude, but you look at this guy, though, and it's like you are too hunktacular for this, whatever your nerd job is.
He is a specimen, and this hair is looking quite amazing at this point. I mean, like this, you know what? This should tell all you bossmen out there. I know we got a lot of employers listening out there. If you peer pressure your employees into fucking each other, it will work. You will not get sued. You will not be embarrassed. No, it's the right thing to do.
I want you to fuck Carl, and I want you to bring his underwear back here, please. I require to smell it.
Stains preferred.
Your task tonight is a panty raid.
Oh, no, he asked you to take my underwear, didn't he? Well, it's the size of a parachute.
You could tell him we made out too, if that would make everyone feel better.
You may have my underwear unless you're a Spartan.
Xerxes doesn't just make out.
But so like he offers to give her a ride home.
Oh, yeah.
And the ride home turns into, hey, you want to come upstairs? And everyone's like, hey, maybe Laura Linney isn't the saddest woman anyone's ever seen.
Absolutely.
The one thing I like in this whole movie,
Okay.
Laura Linney's little dance.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the
a good
only
moment.
thing I like. Literally the only moment.
She takes a paw, like she goes around the corner and dances while she brings
a
him
little
home.
silent
Can I just
jubilation.
have a moment? Just 1 second.
Yeah.
But then she's also got a
8-foot dick right now.
And then you know
baby.
what? And guess what she does? She throws an 8-foot dick to the curb.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Well, she was scared. She felt it, and she was like, "Oh no."
She's like, "Give me 10 seconds." She goes upstairs and like cleans off the garbage and filth off her bed. Or
Well,
whatever.
she's just like,
all
did
the pictures of her brother that were on the bed.
Or if Rodrigo said, like, did I leave that there?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, my wishboard is out, isn't it? Oh, God.
Fuck, I did. I put scotch tape on my dildo and wrote his name on it. Carl on the dildo. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Scotch tape on my dildo.
Look, it's a challenge, is what it is.
But so they come up and they start to make out. It's pretty cool. And wouldn't you know it, she gets a phone call. And up to this point, we have no idea what the phone calls are.
She gets topless. We go all the way here.
It's crazy. I would love to know. I'm not a Mr. Skid aficionado.
You're not?
Is this the only time she gets naked? Because
Oh, well, there was the massive sex scene in Congo, of course.
And obviously John Adams.
Yes,
And also Primal Fear. Counselor, take your top off.
Maybe You Can Count on Me.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I don't.
But I would just think it's insane that this would be the only time she gets naked. It's like
I don't know.
it's nothing.
Well, it's surprising how much nudity there is in this. Not that that's a problem. But then, this poor Carl fella.
Yeah, he's getting his tallywhacker all hard.
I thought American girls were easy. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't believe Xerxes' surfboard length dick was out and you picked up the phone.
My friend Colin got like 5 girls and all he did was look like a goof.
So she answers this work call, which is like, what is their work exactly?
No, it's not no work. It's the brother. It's always the brother.
Right.
She gets the call and she's like, "Hello, my darling." And she always calls him my darling, which is kind of weird.
Very creepy.
But you know why that is, though? It's because, to Eric's point, it wants to make you
trick you,
confused until they have this conversation. Because like she's picked up the cell phone, like outside with the music outside the office and everything. So like, this whole time you've been like, who could she possibly be talking to? And that sets up like, because she's right there, the fucking tits are out. He's in nothing but a banana hammock.
Your brother's safe in this facility. There's padded walls and keys. Fucking forget about it. Right?
But yeah, I mean, that's what they're doing is like, oh, hi, darling. And it's like, this dude is here naked on your bed. What's going on? And then right here, it's like, oh, it's just a brother. And she's like, yeah, he was fine, but now he's not, and we had to put him in a place. It's kind of like the dad from The Holdovers.
But it's also weird because he has these mental problems. He's in a facility. She's like, and plus, our parents are dead, and she says specifically, and we're over here. And I'm like, yeah, why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think, they just wanted Laura Linney for this part or whatever was the point,
right?
But like, it's just strange that she's American, and like, to Eric's point, like this dude, we find out
they're supposed to be easy. Yeah,
we find out later, like this dude again, like he's like hitting at her, he's trying to swipe at her, grabbing her, and stuff like this.
It's violent and bizarre.
He's a violent dude that has some sort of obsessive stuff going on. Maybe he shouldn't have a cell phone. Maybe he has a cell phone certain hours of the day, maybe not all the time of the day. You know what I mean? At this facility, maybe it's cell phone's a special privilege. On a Saturday, he gets a cell phone. He can't just be calling people all hours of the day about. She said something like, "Well, I don't know if we can talk to the Pope tonight. And she has to like always engage the delusion.
Well, you absolutely have to with those people when you talk. You cannot fight that shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
you know what
it's
you can
pointless.
do? Hang up.
Abandon them. That's Eric.
No, listen. Like I have a brother. I see him like twice a year. That's fine.
Is he in a home or a hospital?
If he was, I'd see him even less.
Oh well, okay, that's fair.
Kidding me?
That's fair.
Oh, let me go see my violent brother.
I'll say this, though, Steve. You keep saying that he's hitting her. He specifically does not, because it's kind of one of the cooler parts in the movie. He goes to really fucking hammer punch this woman, and she, without looking at his hand, catches the arm like Neo fighting Agent Smith, and is just like, don't do that.
Well,
don't do that.
My darling, don't do that.
Think of all the black guys that happen.
Exactly.
Get those skills.
This is not the first time the hammer punch has been tried on her. Yes,
because basically, Rodrigo Santoro is like, "Oh, we could try again." Basically, so she hangs. She's like, "Yeah, my brother's in a facility, and I take care of him, and I just kind of always answer his phone calls like, we could try again." And she's like, "Oh, sexy time." And then she gets another fucking phone. The first phone call was enough.
So
where is a Nurse Ratched-esque individual to take this dude's fucking calling card away?
That's, you know what I'm doing? Oh, hold on one second, Xerxes.
Okay.
She picks up the phone. What the fuck am I paying for over there?
Right.
Put that guy away for the night.
Well, it's England.
Mommy's got some dick coming, okay?
It's probably free somehow, but so is that the end of her story? It's just that?
Well,
that's our Christmas fucking story.
It's so sad. It's so cripplingly sad.
It's brutal. It's like a half-finished Lifetime Christmas movie.
Yeah.
She goes to the home or the institution or whatever, and has Christmas with the guy. And again, much like Silent Night, Deadly Night's Utah mental facility, this place is populated with the two of them and then 2 guards, and that's it. Those are the only people you see in this whole facility. Just like that place is cleared out of any extras whatsoever because you weren't paying people for that in that movie. But this is like, you need something. Fill out this hospital space. But anyway, she's having Christmas and they exchange some little gifts or whatever, and she's like gives him a hug. That is the last you see this woman, right?
No, but there's one. I don't know if it's before. You're right. That is the last you see of her. But there's one more Rodrigo Santoro scene where basically like she's working late into the night.
Yep.
And he kind of, just to let you know that there is fucking water on any cinders that might have had. The smoke is up. The gray smoke is up because she's just like working late at night, and he's like, he leaves, and he's like, well, good night. And she's like, good night, Carl. And it's just like, I guess I'll just violently masturbate to you later.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm Laura Linney. I got naked for this movie. Goodbye.
I'm going to cover the scotch tape up with duct tape this time. And we're going to have a real ride tonight, me and you.
Now we have 10 more plot lines to get through.
All right, let's do Keira Knightley, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and
Andrew
and Lincoln.
Steve, now this is the one that opens with actually a transphobia joke.
It does. Yeah, we got that going because it's like crazily bad. It's just Andrew Lincoln and Chiwetel Ejiofor at the altar in the worst 2003 suits I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, pretty terrible. I thought I was watching Blade Runner 2049.
We love those shimmer shirts with the matching shimmer tie.
The shimmer stuff. I hated that. Yeah. So the whole joke here is like, big bachelor party. Oh yeah, those Brazilian
strippers.
Right. Oh, it's too bad they turned out to be men though, or whatever.
And it's like, let's never speak of it again.
Uh-huh.
Well, 2003.
They say prostitutes, which is a darker.
It is. Yes.
Like there's something.
They were fucking them together. Yes.
And then like now, like to be like, but also aren't we just fun guys now? Like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and get married.
By the way, because we're in the UK, dude, it's not the bachelor party. It is indeed the stag.
Of course.
Yeah, we don't use stag much here.
Yeah, they started off. See, we had the bachelor party. They had a stag where they would all fuck a deer. The king's deer from the king's forest.
Boar on the floor. Now fuck that deer. Boar on the floor.
That's awesome.
And with that deer, we make a stag roll that you can eat with venison.
Oh yes.
They had a stag roll. So here
Peter and Juliet. Chiwetel is Peter, and Keira Knightley is Juliet, I believe.
And I forget who Andrew Lincoln is, but
I really had no idea that she was a child bride in this.
She's
baby.
And it's like that early Keira Knightley thing where she just looks like she has to take a shit the whole time.
Yep.
Where it's like this weird, awkward smile that like it's very toothy and very awkward.
She's bad in this.
She's terrible in this. She's awful.
Yes.
They don't give her anything to do.
She's
but
matured as an actress. She was in that Boston Strangler movie last year that wasn't good, but she was.
What is
she
that?
was good in it.
I thought she was in it.
Dude, it's Hulu.
I thought it was Atonement, and then they threw her into the Tower of England or something.
No,
where's she been?
No, it was basically like a Hulu. It was like a made-for-TV Zodiac, basically.
Oh right, I remember flipping past
She's like
that.
a journalist in the Boston Strangler movie. It's okay. She's okay. I think she's pretty good in Dangerous Method too.
I think she's really good after that. Like,
yes,
I thought her Pride and Prejudice. She's really good in that.
Oh right, that's a big one. That was like 2005, I think.
Yeah,
is she good in King Arthur? Is that a good?
Oh,
one?
I've never
the
seen
Heath
King
Ledger
Arthur
movie.
No, it's
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen, yes.
It's like
I'm thinking of Knight's Tale. Sorry,
it's like King Arthur without any magic. Basically, it's like what if it really happened? Which
fuck, in my soul, I want to say I've seen that movie.
I think it's
but
an Anton Fuqua joint. If
yes.
I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Yes. No, I have seen that movie.
And he Fuqua'd it up.
He Fuqua'd it right up. But she comes in all toothy and small, like hello everyone, and everyone's like, she's so beautiful, and they get married. And the joke here is Andrew Lincoln is so up his friend's ass. Like, I mean, there's being a best man, and then there's whatever he's doing.
Well, because the whole thing is when they're talking about the stag situation and what was going on with the strippers or whatever, Chiwetel's like, and no surprises like my stag. You better not have any of your famous surprises at my wedding. And so they're walking, they turn to, here's the couple. And as they're walking down the aisle, like, someone starts playing something, and then another person starts playing an instrument, and then a dude who I had to look this up. This is some UK R&B singer who's a real person.
I'm sure.
So I think he might be like playing himself kind of here.
Oh, it's I love him.
We are just singing "All You Need Is Love,"
and every time it goes another like,
section comes up. So there's like the fucking brass section, flutes going on.
There's people when these things go up. There's people like, oh Oh my God! We didn't plan this for 7 months.
What I absolutely love about how this is set up, there's a shit ton of people that are playing music here in this church. They're filling these pews out. I'm confident they outnumber the non-musicians. And I'm like, Keira Knightley, Chiwetel, you're walking down the alley. Chiwetel, you're in this church. How are you not noticing? Oh, this church is almost completely filled with total strangers.
There's 5 people sitting there with saxophones.
Yeah, totally. Hey, hun, wow, real great turnout for a wedding. Why did that total stranger bring a trombone?
What happened to Granny? Granny was supposed to. Oh no, that's she was in the bass section. It just didn't work out. So
she couldn't keep time. We fired her from the wedding.
There's no room. We need the clarinet player to do the solo. What's more important, the clarinetist or your mother?
So
Come on.
Andrew Lincoln want to get a 3-way going, or he just wants to steal his best friend's girl?
He wants to be dangerously obsessed with her from afar.
Okay,
very healthy.
But here's the thing: is like you can not unterrify it, but you can build a little bit of foundation here. And what the movie instead does is make you make that shit up yourself, because it's like clearly they're all probably like college friends. They're supposed to be college friends, and it's like, oh, Andrew Lincoln had a crush on her the whole time, but Chiwetel started dating her or whatever, and he's just let that fucking ferment in his brain.
But how long were they dating? Because she's 18. Like,
well,
she's like, oh, I've been pining after this girl since she was 15.
No, in this movie, she's not supposed to be her actual age.
She's what, like 38?
She's supposed to be in her 20s, just like Chiwetel and Andrew Lincoln are.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, you know, your buddy starts dating a girl, and like maybe you have a crush on her. Once they start really dating, you let it go.
That's the end of it.
That's the end of it.
You hope they break up, and then if they're getting married or whatever, you can't be fucking filming this girl at the reception.
That's the part.
Just film both of them, you maniac! You fucking maniac! We all know what this tape was for. This was for him to beat off to.
Jerk off tape. There's no other way.
It's a jerk off tape.
There's no other reason to have this tape. So what the reception's the reception. Laura Linney knows Andrew Lincoln. There's a joke, like she's like, "Are you gay?" And she thinks he's in love with Peter,
right?
And he's not, because anybody won't say who he's actually in love with. And there's this thing. Keira Knightley's not the best in this. So Keira Knightley's character's like, oh, you know, and whatever. Andrew Lincoln's like, you know, I hate all the video came back from the wedding, and it's all terrible.
It's it got like the footage got scrambled or something. It's all tinted blue.
She's like, I just want something that's good. I know you were taking film. Is and he's like, well, and like the idea is he's really short and nasty to her all the time,
right?
Because he's so that's the only way to suppress the boner.
He studied the game.
Keep her at a distance, constantly negging.
Yep.
Andrew Lincoln is Mark. By the way,
Mark, oh, I know you filmed some stuff. He's like, and she's like, I'll come over your house and we'll look at it together. He's like, well, I think I erased the tape. I must have erased that tape. I had to have erased that tape.
Those tapes, they were lost in the fire that my apartment had. And yes, this is my apartment, but it's the other apartment I was at.
Or is it this one, the one that says Juliet Gooning tape? And they put it
Juliet Goonarama.
The next day she shows
Goonapalooza 02.
She shows up with the world's worst hat. I mean, it is like,
yeah, it's terrible.
It's a hat Blossom wore 15 years before.
It's a hat someone uses to tuck their dreadlocks in. You know what I mean? Like that's the size of it on this tiny woman's pinhead.
Well, she had to tuck all the zit in there, man.
So she shows up and she's like, I brought you cake. And he's like, I fucking hate cake. And she's
oh
like,
my God, it's awful cake.
And she's like, she's like, oh, I wanted to see the tape. And he's like, I told you, I erased the fucking tape. All right.
You're so stupid. The tape's gone.
And she's like, what about that says Peter and Juliet's wedding? Could this be the tape? And you need to do what my buddy did when his mom caught the porno. There was a wrestling tape. She was like, oh, sorry, I'll set it up. A buddy of mine had a pornographic video that he labeled WrestleMania 15 or whatever the fuck it was. And his mother was like, oh, cool, WrestleMania 15. Maybe we could watch this later. And he's like, yeah, totally. She leaves the room. He drops on the floor and smashes it with his foot. That's what the Andrew Lincoln has to be like, oh, yeah, that's Peter and Julia's wedding. Let me see. Let me just put it in the old visa. Oh, no, I dropped it. Now I'm stepping on it. Oh my God, I'm sorry. And I'm lighting fire to my apartment.
Oh, this is the wedding of my good friend Peter Coyote and his new wedding, his new wife, Juliet.
There is no way you can let her watch Goonapalooza. There's no, like,
you can't.
You have to stop it because
if she watches it, you then have to kill her and yourself.
Yes,
there's no way around it.
And the fact that he doesn't after this is the movie's failure, I would say.
So she puts it in.
Hang on a second,
please.
because I have to just really quickly to comment on that story about the WrestleMania tape, as I've heard the story several times.
Sure.
I think the mom knew what was on the tape.
Oh, sure.
Right? Because why else would this mother suggest to watch a VHS dupe of a wrestling pay-per-view?
Fair point.
I'm with you on that. Oh, you know what?
I appreciate the head games.
We haven't seen your grandparents for so long. Why don't we have them over to watch WrestleMania with us?
Oh, no, I accidentally dropped it and I stepped on it right in front of you.
Dude,
oops.
Over Thanksgiving, my mom was like, hey, you know, maybe on Black Friday or something, the family's all still around. I found all of these VHS tapes that were in your grandfather's house when he died, and like we're clearing them out or whatever. And I was like, okay. And she's like, yeah, they weren't labeled or nothing. And I'm like,
oh, that's dangerous.
Did you watch these in advance? And she was like, oh yeah, I checked them out. I was like, oh, thank God. You can't just be putting on unlabeled VHS tapes.
Oh yeah, because your heel would be destroyed after trying to stomp on all those.
Is Grandpa going to kill that girl?
What's a machine doing in Grandpa's apartment?
Grandpa's machine. Oh, fuck.
She puts it on and she's like, oh, you did have the tape. It's so great. I look beautiful. I'm Keira Knightley, not a thought in the... Well, that's odd. It's still me. Oh, that's still me. Going to the bathroom. Okay.
Is it all in close up? All of it, eh?
This dude, and I'll tell
you.
Oh,
wow, you have a couple of different shots of me changing shoes. Okay.
This is what's brutal about it. This dude has already edited this footage.
It's crazy that he has to.
It's for beating off,
dude, and to have the audacity, the serial killer-esque audacity to put this on your mantle. No, even though you live alone, this goes under the bed, in a
shoebox or something. Hide that fucking shit.
He's a collector. He wants to get caught.
Have some shame.
It's crazy.
So then, what happens in this plot line? Nothing.
Nothing. Well, so she's like, oh, and like she's actually so not creeped out by this. She realizes
she's into it.
Well, she's like,
she's okay with it.
You have a crush on me. I can't believe you've always liked me. Like, no, it's so creepy what he did at your wedding.
Yes, and then he does that sad, weird walk.
Yes,
which is so bizarre.
Because she is like, I never knew about your crush on me. And he's like, yeah, well, I gotta go.
You can let yourself just lock the door behind you. I love him walking out, dude, because he has a fucking... He did this on The Walking Dead a couple times, too. It's a classic Andrew Lincoln, like, physical freak out kind of thing.
Yes.
And he, like, punches his arms out, whatever. He scares the shit out of this old extra walking by.
He does the dip when he goes, like... It lowers, like, oh! And then back up.
Because he's... By the way, cue Dido, by the way.
Oh, baby.
Blaring this Dido. And again, it's not even the famous Dido song.
And it's, I am what I am, and I'll do what I want. And he's just
I'll stalk this young girl.
Yeah, I don't know. He kind of like, he doesn't freak out, and then he kind of like resigns himself. Dude, the last thing I ever want in my fucking life is Eric calling me like, hey, man, yeah, my wife just came back home. What's going on with this tape? Like, I am hanging from the fucking closet already. But I'm already dead.
You're
the
totally
phone is ringing, but I'm already dead.
You're totally right, dude. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure she straight up does not tell Chiwetel.
Oh, there's no way.
No way.
You think you can't take that chance?
Just kill yourself. Good rule of thumb.
Just end it all, dude. Because
this is the craziest part is when he gets these cue cards from SNL
dude,
out.
Like he's Bob Dylan.
And he knocks on her door.
on Christmas Eve. What a fucking
How
aggressive,
do you know
weird move.
he's not going to answer the door?
Thank you, dude. You are rolling the dice. It's like if Chiwetel answers that door and you're there with huge cue cards.
I'm going back and hanging myself.
Yeah.
This is the Russian roulette right here.
It's just like Chiwetel answers the door. It's like, to me, I'm perfect. What does that mean? Why am I perfect to you?
I gotta go.
I am what I am.
You know what? I say roll with it, and like he's gonna let you down easy. You know, if you tell him that you love him like this,
that's the move.
You know what? You roll with it and be like, you know what?
The rest of your life, even though you're straight, you live the rest of your life as a gay man, just for the social embarrassment of it. Well, I guess I have to marry a man.
Yeah,
but better get used to fucking.
It's an intense situation. I wouldn't always say do this, but this one specifically.
Instead, she just gives him the little pathetic kiss.
Yeah.
Dude, that makes things all the worse.
This is a big parody, over-parodied thing, and like, it's so creepy because she answers the phone, he answers the door, and it's this lunatic on Christmas, and it's just like, the
boombox, by the way,
boombox going, and it says, tell him it's carol singers.
Like,
Dude.
Are you robbing me?
Hey, why is someone playing a tape of carolers down there?
It is pretty funny. Like Chiwetel does not like. He's like, hey, babe, who's at the door? Oh, it's just carolers. And he's like, give him some money and tell him to fuck off. Like, this dude doesn't even get up from the couch.
Yeah.
Is this a preview of Married Life with this guy, Keira Knightley? I don't know.
Well, that's Andrew Lincoln is the one who knows, like, he's the one who says, say it's carolers. Because he must have, like, Edgy4 must fucking hate carolers.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I'm going to say carolers. He will not get up from the couch for this.
babe, kick them out. Get them far away from my fucking house.
Are there clowns? There are clowns, actually. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's clowns singing Christmas carols. Go inside.
And they love you.
And, so like, yeah, it's to me, one day, it's like, next year I'm going to be over you. I'm going to date people. I swear to God. But right now, I want to let you know, even though, to me, you're perfect.
Oh, it's so
you're
awful.
Perfect. And the fact that she kisses him.
You're just letting it keep going, buddy.
Yep.
Like, you really fucked up.
No, but then he says very pointedly, enough of that. That's enough now.
Yes.
Enough now.
Enough of that. Time to cut your penis off.
That'll do, pig.
Now I'll just keep stalking the other girl at Safeway. I guess it's time to move on.
Oh, I hope Janice is having a Merry Christmas at the Safeway.
He takes another stack of cue cards. He's like, Christmas isn't over yet.
See, that's why I didn't put Keira Knightley's name on the card. You see, multiple use card game.
And they're totally cool with it. They just run into Colin
Firth at the airport.
Yeah, at the airport.
And it's a weird.
He should have a girlfriend. That would at least sort of alleviate some of the creepiness.
Or add any conflict to this, any more conflict.
Right, Chiwetel punches him out. Again, that's in the movie, like the feature length version of that storyline.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we've got 2 more movies to get through. We're gonna do.
I think the 2 biggest ones.
I think this is going to be a fucking 5-hour podcast.
So, do we want Hugh Grant or Alan Rickman?
I think we should do Rickman and then end on Grant.
Yeah,
Does that
okay.
sound
good
right?
idea. Yeah. So Alan Rickman, right?
He's the boss at this graphic design firm of some kind.
Sure.
He's got, and this is a very attractive lady for sure. She's
yeah.
very sexy.
Whatever the assistant. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But you have to it feel like it's as if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey man, you want to buy some drugs?" I'd be like, "Well, no.
Right.
Seems like
Well,
something's off."
She is hearing him trying to get everyone in the office laid, like, "Oh, don't you want to fuck Carl?" So clearly now Mia is basically shoving her vagina.
Oh,
at
so
him.
you're into it, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well,
so
he
we're
did-
just gonna turn this whole place into a big fuck mansion.
He even says to her, "He's like, oh, I need you to plan the Christmas party." And yes, and she's like, "Oh, so couldn't people bring wives, or spouses?" Like, yes. Oh, please tell me you're not going to bring some big boyfriend in a white t-shirt. That would ruin my boner.
He also doesn't want that boner ruined by the presence of children at this company
Yes.
party. He's like, oh, and no children, especially that Harry Potter.
No, I want loins to be feeling frisky that day, and kids do not help that.
And so she's setting up this party. We meet his wife. We know from Emma Thomas, the great Emma Thomas. And she's
Emma
very
Thompson.
Thompson. I was fuck that up. And she's great. And basically, she's just like loving wife, super mom, running around for the kids.
Yeah.
And he's a bitch to her because she's just listening to Joni Mitchell, totally cool. She probably just about to smoke a J, and he's like, "What is this shit?" And she's like, "I don't know, my favorite artist."
But Billy Mack has a new Christmas song out.
Has Joni written any songs about the sausage roll?
Do you have any Dido in your collection?
I'd sure love to blast some Dido.
How about the Pointer Sisters? Any of that?
That's Hugh Grant's tune.
But so like that, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you still listen to Joni Mitchell." Like, I don't know, I'm fucking 45. Of course, I'm gonna listen to music that I always listen to.
Also, Joni, this is what you're getting off on fucking making fun of Joni Mitchell.
I mean, she could be listening to Blue right now, dude.
But so that's sort of that. We cut back, and now the secretary is getting more and more sexually. This woman is like the Joker of adulteresses. You know what I mean? Like, she's just chaos.
She wants to watch Alan Rickman's marriage burn.
Thank you.
I have to. You said this. She's the Riddler, though, because it's the wordplay that's getting him into this. It's all these little hints like, "Why don't you buy me a present that you don't buy?"
Dude, the craziest one is when she's like, "Oh yeah, I found a place for the office Christmas party. It's my friend's art gallery." She fucking spreads her legs in this office chair and goes, "It's an art gallery, you know, full of dark corners to do dark deeds."
Please finger me at the Christmas party, boss.
Oh, that's another song. That's the song that Blue has tearing up the charts.
And he's such an idiot for running right into this fucking turbine.
He really is. Because again, at the party, which I think is before the present. The party is before the present, I believe.
Yes.
The party happens. If it was employees only and you want to get Mr. Flirty, that's one thing. Your wife is there. And he is just like, and by the way, this woman who is a lunatic, she is wearing devil horns to a Christmas party. Dude, this lady is fucking trouble.
Twisted.
Dude, you think this woman's going to be discreet, Alan Rickman? What about, where does discretion come from the devil horns?
Dude, the second they have the shot of this woman with the devil horns, you need a fucking close-up Dutch angled shot of Alan Rickman and the fucking Kill Bill alarm goes off. Because this is danger, dude.
This woman is going to show up to your son's birthday party naked with a present for him. It's like, well, I wanted this new mother to have a present for the baby.
Well, yes, but let's be serious here. The pussy's probably amazing. I mean, the devil horns. I mean, what do you think here, guys?
But devil horns are no, dude. And I know this is like a horny party because we're at the sexy art gallery, Andrew Lincoln's art gallery, where there's butt photos everywhere.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
But like, dude, you are sexily slow dancing with this woman, and your wife is 7 feet away.
And you're the boss. Everyone's looking at you like, oh my God.
I gotta tell you, I think you're looking at this all the wrong way. The man is clearly trying to leave his life behind. So he is crashing his plane into the mountain. As I said, he's trying, like, he's going to get rid of this job real quick. He's getting rid of the family and the wife real quick.
Getting rid of all your finances because you're definitely being sued by somebody.
Money, house, fucking whatever you use, your conveyance.
So what you're saying, Chris, is him dancing at this party is the equivalent of going to flight school in Florida, basically. Getting ready for the end here.
You know me, you could grind up against it a little bit. She hasn't paid attention enough.
She's talking to Laura Linney right now.
But it's crazy how Emma Thompson's character, again, like, this woman walks on water because she comes back and she's like, oh, Mia's pretty, which is like, fuck, oh, fuck.
And he's just like, is she now?
I haven't noticed, Harry Potter.
There's a crazy thing that happens right here, though. When they're having that convo, and she's like, oh yeah, oh, Mia's very attractive, isn't she? And he's like, oh, what, I never noticed, Potter. It cuts to this woman at her apartment just taking off her clothes and
For
being
one
in her
scene.
underwear.
One scene, like literally, they cut away to go to this, and she takes off her fucking stuff, and it's just her bra and panties. And that's it.
This cutaway of her in her apartment, which is lit purple somehow, is crazier than fucking Catwoman in the Hell Here scene in fucking Batman Returns. It is that nuts. And
she's like, yeah, I want a pretty Christmas present.
But she's like, Emma Thompson's like, be careful with that one. Which is sort of like, I guess, like, oh, my poor doddering husband, dude.
Like he's so dumb, he don't know that pussy's getting thrown right in his face like that. What my cute husband.
Or also code, whatever you already did is fine, but no more.
Exactly.
Sure. Yep.
Don't you fucking dare.
This is your warning shot, dude. You've got to stop it.
Come on, Kid Icarus. Let's watch them wings.
And she, this is when she's like, I would like a very pretty present. He meets, and I mean, like, I don't know, dude. You're a grown ass man. It's Christmas. You're going shopping with your wife. Buy your mistress a present tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about that?
Or the day after.
Oh, but you might not blow it up possibly. Then. You gotta keep thinking of where's the danger at. That's
right.
what he's looking for.
All right, you have to go with all your bad instincts. The worst instincts is what you act on.
I wouldn't want my wife to see any of this.
And I do find the Rowan Atkinson bit funny. I'm a sucker for Rowan Atkinson. Even the movie Rat Race, I'm slapping my knee with Rowan Atkinson. So I like the whole, he's touching the fucking. It's a funny little gag.
It just feels this is just another part from another movie. Like there's not silly physical comedy like this elsewhere in the film.
Yeah.
So it just like kind of sticks out. But yeah, it's like, oh, please hurry up. Please package this. I stupidly am buying my Gumar a present while my wife is in the next section shopping.
By the way, give me that. Okay. Should I bring this to the office that my wife is not at or home where my wife is?
Yeah, let's put it in my coat pocket. Right. Yeah.
Just give this a thought for a minute. I sure do want to destroy my marriage.
What's crazy about that, though, you just made me think of this, though. Because he specifically doesn't get it from Mr. Bean. Because like Emma Thompson comes out and is like, oh, the jewelry section. Oh, what a lucky wife I am. And he's like, yeah, let's go. And then it's like they come back. There's another scene. They come back from wherever, and he comes home from work. That's what it is. And she takes his coat and puts it on the rack, and she finds the gift in the pocket. So it's like the dude went to the store without her later and still fucked it up.
It's incredible too. And like when your wife is like, ooh, jewelry section, look at this. Then you now know you have to buy your wife something from the jewelry section.
Of course.
Right. As well.
Right.
Also, not just, I'm sorry, so basically the whole thing, the crux is it's Christmas night. He's allowed to we're all allowed to open a present. We're about to go to the pageant. And she's like, I want to open my cool present, which she assumes is this thing.
Right.
It's a Joni Mitchell CD. And he even says, like, I'm sorry, I was such a grumpy bugger. I bought you something extra from my normal scarf. I buy my wife a scarf for Christmas every year.
And now it's a scarf and a CD.
Dude, you're not breaking $70 for your own fucking wife.
No,
insane.
Just fucking get the fucking tickets to the Joni Mitchell reunion tour and be done with it.
Well, guys, he's paying for all these lobster costumes.
Yeah, sure.
Or is that them?
Made of lobster costumes.
We've been bled dry by the crustaceans.
Yeah, that's a weird thing where she's got to make lobster costumes because the son is playing a lobster in the nativity pageant.
Sure.
Great.
This is when she opens the CD, and this is Emma Thompson, so she's gonna bring it. She's devoed. By the way, apparently she did draw upon her experiences of being totally fucked over by noted lunatic Helena Bonham Carter
and
really?
Kenneth Branagh.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. She got betrayed a bunch. Right?
Yeah.
She's when they were making that fucking Frankenstein movie.
Yeah. KB was throwing that dick everywhere.
Do you think like Emma Thompson went up to Richard Curtis like, make it a Joni Mitchell CD. I want that son of a bitch to know I know.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
Totally. Because Branagh fucked it up similarly.
Yes,
like,
he's just like,
oh, here you go, baby.
He's a fan of Court and Spark. not the blue or on both sides.
But she's like crying in the bedroom.
It's brutal. And again, it's so brutal. It's as if it doesn't belong in this movie.
No, I mean, this could have been the movie. Or the Hugh Grant thing could have been the movie.
Yes.
Tune in next week for the Hugh Grant thing.
Yes.
No, but
it's
so
our
she,
15-piece installment.
so
Holy shit.
they go to the fucking thing. It's so sad too because her other part of this movie is she is Hugh Grant's sister.
When she's not advising Liam Neeson about his dead wife situation, by the way.
And also then to Eric's point, like either it's all about the pageant, or maybe it's all about Emma Thompson. Maybe she is the connector. You just can't have like mostly connecting. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But so she sees Hugh Grant at this thing and she's like been fucking destroyed by her husband. She's like, oh, my family. It's like, oh my God, she's so moved that her brother came to see her children's play, and he's only there for fucking pussy. It's amazing.
And he's the
It's
prime
amazing.
minister. And also, if my brother-in-law was the prime minister, I'd watch out about stepping out of turn. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're being watched.
No, absolutely, dude. There's men on you at all times.
At least the
Absolutely.
Daily Mail. Oh, brother-in-law, tallywhacker business.
They're publishing transcripts from your voicemails, and you're just the fucking brother-in-law or whatever.
Yeah, you're totally. That's a great point, dude. Those people are fucking monsters with that shit over
And
there.
you know, yeah, dude. Once your family member enters public office, your gooning days are over, my friend. Hang up your goon hole.
Well, and that's also Hugh Grant's problem in this. He can't goon at all because when he's trying to cut loose around that house, some old woman's like, "No,
There won't be any gooning in here, Prime Minister.
It's not called the prime gooner, is it?
So, but the last scene is Emma Thompson fucking really nailing him, being like, "What would you do if you're in my position?" And he's like, "What do you mean, being a dumb woman?" And she's like, "No, if you found that your husband was cheating on you and blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Oh, I'm a perfect fool, aren't I?" And
does this mean he got some with that lady?
you don't know.
You don't know, but
I think you should.
You
I think
absolutely
he
should. You 100%
I think he
should.
pumped it in.
Oh, yeah.
I think he did too.
I'm in the pump club.
Yeah.
I'm all pumps.
I pumped it. Oh, pumpy.
I call my new girlfriend Pumpy.
And yes, of course, you all have met my Guma Pumpy.
No, yes, I left my whole family for Puppy.
But I hate that it's ambiguous.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't think it doesn't add anything, especially if this movie's pretty sexually explicit.
Yes, you had plenty of nudity. You didn't have to give me a full-on sex scene, but show me what actually happened between these two. Instead, you just see her with the necklace at some point.
Yes. And,
yeah.
and basic. Yeah, I guess seeing her with the necklace, I guess, is the classy way of letting you know he pumped it.
I wonder.
It's also the way to be a fucking coward in your storytelling.
I wonder if the thing is like they're like, he'd be too unlikable if you actually saw him do the thing.
But
he's
should be,
already
like-
Alan Rickman and unlikable enough.
Right.
Like, add this, it just wouldn't work.
But basically, it's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and she's like, "I don't know if I can forgive you." And then basically the last scene, their epilogue is he's coming back from God knows where.
And he's already forgiven. Isn't that nice?
well,
No, dude, it is fucking
Frost
it is
City.
an ice cold reception.
Hey, if you're still forgiven. You're not out on that. You're not freezing outside.
That's
How
Yeah,
about
true.
that?
I don't know. Dude, in the bedroom at least, dude, that is Alan Rickman Frozen Empire. Absolutely.
Possibly.
Oh no! And now I'm listening to Joni. I'm gooning to Joni Mitchell again.
Yes, tell me again how they put up a parking lot or whatever the fuck you do.
Oh,
But-
so you want me to sit here and the man's going to come in with you on the
Oh,
okay,
sure, yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
guess this is payback, Potter.
Fine, I guess you'll fuck Carl. That's right. I'm gonna fuck your wife.
Fucking finally. I'm Xerxes. I got 7 dicks in this movie. Come
Wait, hold on. She doesn't have a mentally ill brother, does she?
No, just a mentally ill husband. What a fool I've been.
Phones off.
So here comes sexy Tony Blair.
Here we are.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
because I guess was I mean like, only people who are 50 and British could let me know. Was Tony Blair supposed to be sexy?
I think
was,
so.
Was he like the sexy
Yes.
new
I
like?
bet,
100%.
I bet everyone was gooning to,
Yes.
gooning to Tony.
Goonie Blair.
Oh,
Oh.
Goonie Blair, dude. Oh.
But so it's he's been inaugurated or whatever the fuck you call it over there, and like he's meeting his staff, and he's Hugh Grant, right? So he's presently fussing. Oh ha hoo ha, and he want. The funny thing is they won't. The politics of this movie are so chicken shit.
Yes,
because they don't say he says, well, I came in from my party and our party. He won't say labor,
sure,
which is bullshit.
Or like he doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's Blair, he'd be labor. But yeah,
but like he doesn't even talk about the fucking job.
Exactly. He's just like, oh ha.
But that is par for the course for this movie.
Exactly.
Like you don't have time for them deets, dude, because you got to have Hugh Grant sillily saying things like, "Oh yes, one of my new assistants here is Terrence. I had an uncle named Terrence. I hated him. I think he was a pervert." Like it's that like it is
Right.
the Davis dialogue and
Yes.
Hugh Grant slinging that shit like the old days.
Oh, but wouldn't it be funny if Tony Blair danced to the Pointer Sisters? Wouldn't that be funny?
And then here comes Kate, who is it Kate?
Natalie.
Sorry, it's Natalie. Yes, Natalie, who is she's not even full figured. I mean, she is literally.
She has cheeks.
Yes.
Cheeks
Right.
exist on her face, therefore she's chubby.
Cheeky.
This is
Cheeky.
Martine McCutcheon, who we're Americans, so we don't pay attention to this show, but she was on that program, The EastEnders, for many
okay.
years.
All right.
Yes.
Very popular program over there.
That's like Saturday Night Live over there.
I think, sure. Let's go with that.
Well, that's like she's one of those. If you ever like, there's absolutely terrible sites where they like do the whole like, where are they? Like, where are these stars? And like they did that for her, and it's like she's living very comfortably in like several homes in fucking
she
London.
did like 500 episodes of this like long-running successful television.
Well,
She's
do
just
not
fine.
worry about her, okay? She's
Oh,
fine. Do
Lordy.
not worry.
But so he's like instantly attracted to her, this enormous fat cow, as we're told in the movie.
Right.
And
it's kind of funny because it's like there's no backstory to any of this because the movie doesn't have fucking the real estate for it, but like you get the sense that he's like, oh no, it's happening again. I'm getting attracted to another coworker because he's like, because when he realizes he's attracted to her, he's like, oh bother, it is real like, here we go.
my
again.
own slippery fingers are gonna get me in trouble again.
Speaking of slippery fingers, the president of the United States is visiting, and boy, welcome, hail to the chief, Billy Bob Thornton.
That's
dude.
my boy. I
Wow.
wish he just came out playing a saxophone. Just comes out of the car.
But he's
phone
also
first.
He's also Bush.
He's
Yeah.
definitely also Bush.
But like, what is that? Only like the accent? Like, what
it's it's the cowboy part.
I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
the cowboy
yeah.
part.
Yeah,
And it's also Bush is the strong American part. Is like, because that's not
Right.
Clinton, the strong armor.
'Cause
well,
I
he
think-
was busy being super strong, taking us into 2 wars. At the
well, that's what I
time.
mean.
Exactly.
Not strong,
which Tony Blair went along with. So
Yep.
I think this movie is like, wouldn't it be nice if we had a prime minister who didn't do that?
But
Yep,
then that's
yep.
so like he comes in, Billy Bob Thornton, and basically there's a scene again, the vaguest scene. It's like it's Billy Bob Thornton in a meeting with 2 British people, like, well, you have to give us that, and he goes, I will not give you that, and
Yep,
then it's like,
yep.
okay, like that's what is that? Is it
Great
Uh-huh.
politics scene, everybody. This movie's going to be awesome. Let's keep shooting.
That's just how politics is, The president of the United States sits down with clipboards of 50,000 people from the UK government.
Oh, wait, cut. What did you say? Did you say Tory? Cut the footage. Burn the fucking footage.
because there's no specific. Like, give me the thing. I will not give you the thing. And then, like, basically, Hugh Grant acquiesces, like, well, I guess you won't give us the thing, Mom.
Oh, it's kind of great because he's like, let's just move on to the next part of the meeting. And I'm like, all right, global politics, whatever.
And then, he's walking around the Downing Abbey or whatever with him. And he's like, well, I'm sorry I've had to be so tough on you there, man, because I'm a tough American guy.
Oh, yeah. And this is before or after Hugh Grant walks back into the office and Billy Bob is like smelling this woman.
That's about to happen.
Oh, my
He
God.
sees Natalie. He's like, oh, fuck, look at that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck, look at that.
Which I also
Is she an earned turn? Because
Yeah.
I could really tear it up.
because I do think you're right, and she's coded as overweight or full figured,
Sure.
dark hair,
Sure.
working in the thing.
You got a blue dress you could put her in real quick.
Because then I'll give you the thing that you wanted me to give you to the thing.
It is very unsettling now that we're thinking this out, that this president character is a composite of two of those guys.
Yes.
That sucks. What an awful person that person would
Oh,
make.
my Lord. That's scary. They're both scary. Don't get me wrong, but that's extra scary.
Yeah, but like together like that, dude.
Right.
Terrifying stuff.
It's like when Vigo and Ray joined forces at the end.
Right.
Like, I, Vigo, Ray.
Ray is no more.
Yes.
There is no. I'm not gonna do
There
it.
is
I
no-
know I could do it, but I'm not gonna.
There is no Clinton, Oldly.
Bushton.
Bushton. Yeah, there you go.
Bushton. There it is.
Bushton,
That's the
yeah.
guy. There he is, President Bushton here. So yeah, it's like Hugh Grant getting all fucking
Or it's
offended.
Clint Ush.
Oh, Clintush.
Clush.
Clush. There it is.
I like
That's
Clush.
the one. President Clush.
Bush.
So he's walking in here. President Clush is like literally smelling this woman, and Hugh Grant, not, I believe, from-
Gil Clush.
Yeah, Gil Clush.
That made
For
me
George
Gil-
and Bill.
Gil
Yeah.
Clush. Yep, there it is.
Gil Clush.
Finally,
President Gil Clush.
a president that Americans believe in.
He's
Gil
a
Clush.
He's a Republicrat.
Or Borge. Borge Clush.
Borge Clush.
Borge Clush will sell you a used car that works for
Yeah.
1 week. That's what Borge Clush will do. No, it's not from a place of like, oh, it's wrong to do that to a woman in the workplace and
No.
you're abusing your power as the
Yes.
president. He's like, me jealous, you move
Yeah.
in on woman first.
And then he has this, basically Billy Bob Thornton, they're doing the exit interview or whatever the hell you call it there. And it's like, oh, yes, we have our very special relationship.
Oh, it's
and
a
everything.
press conference.
Press conference. Sure.
Exit interview.
But on the way out,
Sure,
I mean.
yes.
It's like,
they,
well,
they do give an interview while exiting. You're right.
This is a very productive week. The special relationship still remains. And then Hugh Grant's like, well, relationship's a funny word. It goes both ways. And if one person isn't treating the other one with respect, then it's not a relationship at all. You're a bit of a bully, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
This would be
Oh,
DEF CONs.
You're declaring
yeah,
war
yeah.
on the United
Yep.
States.
DEF
pretty much.
CONs are changing
Yes.
based on this conversation.
Yes, the clock's moving closer to midnight. I'm Gil Clush.
I guess we will finally do it. You nuke the UK. We've been thinking about it forever.
That's right. You can also get my new album out now, Gil Clush's 1 Minute to Midnight. Oh, yeah.
You know, it would probably be the best place to nuke if you're going to nuke somewhere because it's just the island.
Yeah, it's
right?
true,
You got
yeah.
that ocean and what is it, channel or channel?
Channel, yeah.
Wasn't that how they kind of tried to end that 28 weeks later?
Possibly.
Don't they
maybe.
fucking
Yeah.
nuke?
Maybe,
Sounds
maybe.
right.
I would have
rewatched
all
it.
them zombies there.
I rewatched it during the pandemic and I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters.
Good movie.
100 years ago. Yeah.
But again, like this is like it's not like the way and look, everyone in the British press is like applauding him and he gets all these plaudits and stuff. Sure, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get your country literally evaporated
but
off the planet.
That is not as important as like every character from a Mike Lee film being like, hey, yeah, you're the prime minister. Yes, you do that.
And I mean, like standing up to him would be fine, but you don't do that way. You do that privately. Like,
yeah, you do it in the office. Like you close that door and you're like, you don't fucking touch my girlfriend. Or,
Well, that's,
whatever.
I mean, that's what's so stupid about the press conference is he's like, it's not so special. You're a big meanie.
yeah.
I think you're very mean to me, and I don't like that my feelings have been hurt.
And then he's like, oh, and because we're Britain, we're the country of many great things. David Beckham's left foot. Oh, David Beckham's right foot. Harry Potter.
The Beatles. Well, yes.
Yeah, that's
J.K. Rowling. What's that?
Uh-huh.
Pardon me.
What does she believe in?
Sounds indispensable.
Our transphobia is far more potent than yours.
So now he's like on this high, and then he's dancing to the Pointer Sisters.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's
If you
just
want to
going
save 3 minutes from the movie,
He's going around the whole place.
It
Oh,
turns
yeah.
into King Ralph for 3 minutes. Like, what are we
Yeah.
talking
Oh,
about?
dude,
Yeah.
you're totally right, man. All you needed was to put a whopper in that guy's hand, and John Goodman could sue
Oh
you.
man, if you want to talk about the opportunity for a shared universe, he goes to see King Ralph,
Oh,
and they have a
hell
fucking
yeah.
Whopper together.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Your Majesty, may I come in? Dun, 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 dun. He's just playing the fucking piano.
Come in, I'm farting.
Grab a Whopper. I'm taking a shit.
Hey,
over
have you
here.
ever tried these chicken fries? They're incredible.
And basically he then has her reassigned, which is a terrible idea when you're sexually harassing someone at work.
To redistribute her.
Oh,
Dude,
redistribute
that sounds
her.
really weird.
That if I'm that assistant, I'm like, did the prime minister just ask me to kill that girl?
Yes.
And he goes, well, it's number 2, this lady, and he's like, do you know Natalie? And she's like, oh, the chubby girl. And I'm like, Jesus
What
fucking
the fuck?
Christ.
So stupid.
And he literally is just like, really? Is that the thing? And she's like, oh no, it's this and this and this and this. And I've been looking at her all the time.
As a matter of fact, lady, after you redistribute Natalie, redistribute yourself. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Please,
fuck
please.
off.
But so she gets redistributed.
Well,
And then
bugger off.
Yes. Oh,
Thank
right.
you.
No, please.
and he's feeling, he's a very popular prime minister, but he feels lonely. I also don't think I can't imagine a single president ever being
Right. Wasn't there? Was there one? What was it? Was Zachary Taylor was swinging dick or?
Oh, you mean single? I mean, I think it was only Michael Douglas is the only. I think that's the only one we got.
Eric's right. There was somebody way back, I think, that was a bachelor.
I'll Google it.
or possibly a widow. I could see
Widow would make more sense.
But yeah, just like a dude that just a guy who's open for business, being the leader of the free world. I just don't see it.
No.
Buchanan, never married and was the only U.S. president to remain a lifelong bachelor.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
James Buchanan. Look at
Leading some historians to question.
See,
know.
all you
Oh, sure.
Oh, you think you hate women, but I do it the best.
He gets a Christmas card from Natalie, and it's like, thank you so much for firing me. She's apologizing for being groped by the president of the United
Dude,
States.
she's like, I'm sorry I
Yeah.
fucked that up. I've been thinking about it constantly since I was redistributed.
I'm sorry that he poked me with his boner in your office.
You're fired.
But to be clear, I thought that press conference where you said that you were really hurt in your heart, I thought that was just the hottest thing I've ever seen.
And she's like,
so romantic.
You have to please Gil. It's not in her mind, right? It's like
Yes.
I didn't please Gil Clush,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
so I am being changed.
right.
Yes.
position.
yeah, she's like, oh, I guess I should have sucked his dick. I had
Right.
no idea.
That sounds like that's what I would think.
Yeah. And I would then go to the Daily Mail and be like, guess what happened?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. But oddly, what happened is she just spent more and more time falling in love with this dude because she ends this Christmas card with like yours forever, Natalie. It's not yours forever, but it's like yours something, Natalie. And he's like, say, you know what I should do? Let's go find this girl right now. And she has said earlier in the film, like, oh yeah, I live in such and such neighborhood, the bad part of it at the top of the high street.
Not the bad part of it. The dodgy.
Oh,
edgy.
dodgy.
dodgy.
Right.
Dodgy.
The dodgy part.
The
Yes, of
artfully dodgy part.
Oh.
And he, instead of, again, you are the prime minister, just be like, oh, Natalie, who's to work here? What's her exact address? Thank you so much.
Exactly, dude. Like you
Yeah.
can get that information. You don't need to be doing these fucking door-to-door, ringing the doorbell, bothering
But it's
people.
Do we
so
have
cute.
any of our drones around there? the first level drones we just bought.
Do we have any of those drones? Are they available? Is there one that's not bombing a wedding right now? Can we get that to find Natalie's house?
Oh, what about the chip in her head? The chip in everyone's head. Let me just see. Punch that in. Oh, there she is.
Oh, look. Listen to this. Oh, she has such a lovely voice. Is her father calling her Plumpy?
So
what the fuck?
he opens, or one door opens and it's Mia.
Yes.
And wouldn't you know it? He's like, oh, does Natalie live here? Not even using last names. Does Natalie live here? Oh, no, she lives next door. Boy, I hope it's the only Natalie on this long ass street.
There's also something cute. There's
The
cute
girls.
kids or
Oh.
caroling, blah, blah. It's stupid. But yes.
The Mia one is funnier just because like he comes up to it and she's like, oh, would I ruin somebody's life if I fucked you? Because if so, get right the fuck in here.
Welcome to my sex den.
The good gag with the caroling, the kids are like, oh, are you a Christmas caroler? He's like, no. And they're like, come on, sing as a caroler. And he starts singing Good King Wenceslas, that song. I do like the gag, and I got a legitimate laugh out of it. The driver who has this excellent baritone voice. It's fucking funny. I think that was a trailer moment, too.
It was.
And, he's surprised by it. But yes, he shows up at Natalie's place. There's a million people there because she's from the dodgy part, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we're not ramping it up in the dodgy part of old London town.
Exactly.
Oh, no, sir.
So there's a little class joke here, and it's just like, oh, we're going to the pageant. It's right up the road. And he's like, well, I guess I'll go to the pageant then.
Yeah, I'll give you a ride and we can talk. I have state business. You catch this one probably like teenage little brother with this fucking Sum 41 haircut. Jesus Christ.
It was 2003, baby.
Yeah. Oh, awful. It's like mini Liberty spikes. It looked terrible.
It was the style of the time.
So we're in the car and the joke is like, it's the two adults and then the little kid in the octopus costume for the pageant is like riding bitch there.
And all he wants to do is like, I want to fuck you so badly.
Oh, I hope this little octopus boy has his ears covered.
We're both down for this, yeah. Yeah, we're both going to do this. Okay, is there a place behind the stage where I could put off your knickers?
We jumped straight to hentai, did we? The octopus.
Are there tentacles nearby?
Oh, look. I do like the thing of the mom being like, I stayed up all night crafting the octopus costume. 8 legs is a lot, Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm. For the nativity play.
Yes.
So they wind up going
Church of England's crazy. Fucking monsters and things like that.
Yes, where we replaced the Bible with the Little Mermaid.
No one told the difference.
It seems to have worked out for us.
Yeah, we still got Jesus in the manger, but the rest of it's just shit from Kong Skull Island.
And yeah, Emma Thompson's like, oh my God, my brother gives shit. No, I'm trying to get laid, sweetheart. Get the fuck. He might as well like shove her out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, nice to see you. Hand right over her entire face.
And where's the backstage, you say?
Yeah, we're going backstage and we start making out while the kids and the entire faculty are rocking and the curtain falls there and it's the Prime Minister of England just making out with this woman.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's the end of your career, dude. It's over with.
Do you think so?
Yeah, probably.
He sort of plays it right, though, man. Like, she's like, what do we do? He's like, take a bow.
Yeah.
And, like, these fuckers are eating it up, man. I think he's just, it's like last week he had the speech. This week he gets caught, snogging.
He's just like me. I gotta have a beer with him. He tells the president of America to go fuck off, and then he fucks his employees.
Well, because to your point earlier, like, is a single prime minister, is that an issue for people or not? Or and then it's like, but is it an issue that he's dating people he works with?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, she was redistributed at this point.
Yeah. She might not be there anymore.
Yeah, I had her fired so we could date. Oh, that's not good either. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
This has been a PSA on the joys of PDA and how it's good to just make out in front of people.
And so that's like their thing. Everybody goes crazy. And then for their 1 month later, the fucking prime minister using the same terminal as all these other plebes at the airport. I don't buy this.
No way.
He's got a gun.
But that little redhead boy's got a gun.
Tase him.
The prime minister's life was at risk.
I mean, I don't even think because like she's there at the gate to greet him, and she runs up to him,
jumps around,
they're making out or whatever, and like, dude, someone is putting you down, tased in the neck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care that you're the PM's girlfriend. Like, some security guard might not know that. Craziness, whatever.
But also, like, again, it's one thing to be dating someone. It's another thing to be like a 16-year-old kid just making out in public.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of a decorum, if you please.
But that's it.
Thank God.
That's the end of it.
We got a few more storylines here. I just found. Okay.
Well, yeah, because you have to cover all those different people at the end. The hundreds hundreds and hundreds
the
of fucking
grid of all the people. All right, we'll start top left. Grandpa and little boy he hasn't seen in 6 years.
Okay, dead, dead, married, divorced.
No, we'll be here all night. That is the end of Love Actually. Thank God, go around the horn. Your final thoughts, Eric Siska.
Oh my God, this is grueling.
Yes,
grueling. My God, this is my first time watching it.
First of many.
Yeah, it's
a yearly tradition.
Oh baby,
of course, yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. I wish I was dead, but no, it's not good for me. I don't know. I could see if you pared this down, maybe there'd be something to latch onto. But you have everyone so like loosely developed that you never really get to anything.
Yeah.
This movie drove me fucking nuts. Yeah. Sorry. Chris Cabin.
I appreciate my friend's optimism.
It's okay to like a movie though. I want to say if you like it, I love you.
He's incorrect to say that. He shouldn't be saying that. It's just a horrible movie. I think it's unbelievably cynical. I like all this positivity shit. It's like, all for like nothing human goes on. As we said, no friction, no conflict, anything. But there's really not even human moments, like down moments for you to be alone with these people for a minute, just for a second, to get to know them. No. It's all these like terrible like romantic fantasies that absolutely insane people have like, and just said like, no, that's actually good, that it will end up good if you keep on doing that. That's the good thing to do. Like love at first sight, it exists and you should follow it every time. You just follow it. Yeah, like it's fucking crazy.
Stalk a girl, videotape her, do whatever you want.
It's all fucking nuts. And like I've been like my mom loves this movie, so I've seen it so many times. And the hate has just built up over the years, and it's like a black bile in my stomach now that will never leave.
Wow. Is it okay for her to love the movie?
It's no, she's terrible for doing that.
Okay.
Mom,
I thought I was trying to help everyone out.
No,
here.
Mom, you shouldn't have liked this. It's a terrible decision.
It's okay to like a movie.
Steve Zadak.
Yeah, with Chris and everybody else. It's also like, you know, like you say Pulp Fiction again, like 3 or 4 stories. If this was 3 or 4 stories and they actually connected in a meaningful way, you could actually explore some of these characters, introduce actual conflict. You got a movie here, but this 8 is so insane. There's so much going on.
The Pulp Fiction analogy, it's like if you had like, now we're following Chris Walken and now we're hanging out with the Gimp. What's his story? Sorry.
The Gimp's divorced.
No,
Definitely.
Yeah, it's
what a fool I was to go out gimping.
I can't believe. That's
I
right.
was gimping at Christmas.
I should have been home with my family.
I can't believe I got caught gimping at Christmas. No, whatever. It's a fucking piece of shit. I don't think you could totally tell that the horny prime minister was a movie that he wanted to get off the ground but just couldn't. And
I think like, he refused to change the title from the horny prime minister, and they were like, Richard, you can't make that.
The American president, the horny prime minister. How hard is this to follow?
So he just couldn't get there. He couldn't land the plane. It's like, I don't know. I'll cut it to ribbons and add fucking 9 more stories to it.
It's just, it's not good. The whole notion of like making your audience have to attempt to juggle minimum 16 characters.
Here, Andrew, I'm going to help you out.
Is just not good. It's really not. It's impossible to follow. It's impossible to care about any characters.
Chris, what's that? Are they playing us off? The podcast is now too long.
Yeah, Apple will do that occasionally.
No, it's just I don't want to make this any longer, and I'm not gonna say anything that the 3 of you haven't already said. This is only the second time I've seen it. It's not going to be a yearly watch for me, frankly, because it's too long. I can watch those 90-minute fucking Netflix Christmas movies and instantly forget them, and I haven't wasted a good chunk of the day. 2 hours and 15 minutes, man. It sucks, and it sucks that you can look at some of those stories and see potential for actual movies. I don't understand this. This dude wrote a lot of really solid romantic comedies over the years, and for his directorial debut, he was like, here's all the shit from my office garbage can. Let's make it my directorial debut. That is the end of Love Actually. If you want more We Hate Movies, of course, patreon.com/We Hate Movies, where if you are a subscriber at the $8 level or above, you're already there listening to this episode ad-free.
You've also heard our We Love Movies episode on Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
A great Christmas movie. Gary Busey talk galore in that one.
One storyline, under 2 hours, if you can even fucking believe it.
And speaking of the 90-minute Christmas movies on Once in a Lifetime, we have a very nutty Christmas.
Oh, we absolutely do. It's about as nutty as it gets, dude.
Which is under 90 minutes, thank the good Lord.
Yes, and on the Gleep Glossary, we have a Redux episode on the Star Wars Holiday Special. Over an hour talking about that miserable holiday special.
And coming out later this month here, probably pretty soon, maybe next week even. We've been talking about, in one way or another, the character a little bit on this episode, but Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban coming out. And just to answer some questions, because, like, if you're asking, you obviously don't know us, but of course, we fucking tear J.K. Rowling to shreds on those commentaries. So if you're one of those people that's like, I can't listen to this because I don't want to whatever, don't worry. We're aware she fucking sucks.
What the fuck? Do I have to put a press fucking release out? I hate this person.
Yes, you and Gil Clush have to get out there and do a big press thing. Here's the thing, too. Like, a lot of people enjoy just listening to the commentaries and not syncing.
Yeah,
up
you don't
got
gotta rent that movie.
So if you think it would be more morally accurate to not stream it or rent it, then you can just listen to it.
And
like
you
a
could also,
podcast.
if you're morally opposed, you can listen to the Society Commentary, which is also
Yes, Society
With all
commentaries
moral
or
people behind that movie.
any of our commentaries, because if you subscribe, you unlock everything, including, we didn't even mention Animation Damnation. We're doing Doug's Christmas Story.
Oh, that's a real fucking
Doug's
sad.
back
my
in
God.
Christmas form.
Yes,
Oh,
and of course we have
goddamn.
the Nexus as well, where we talk about Star Trek. There is almost too much to list.
That's right. It's a lot of stuff. But we got one more Christmas themed episode here coming next week. Steve Sadek, what are we ending the month with?
He probably made one of the best Christmas movies in decades this year, Paul Giamatti did. But years ago, he made a movie called Fred Claus, where he played Santa Claus in the Vince Vaughn, like, steamroller of big box comedies.
Absolutely.
I've never seen it. I'm excited.
Me either, actually. Is it just you? Have you
I
seen
know,
it?
I've seen it. Yeah, someone's fucking Rachel Weisz in that movie, by the way. I think it might be Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn's fucking Rachel Weisz.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
So until next week, when Fred Claus beds Rachel Weisz, I've been Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric's sister.
Chris Kringle.
Take it easy.